Don't really even need these since there's no sound in the game, but here we are, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want the. I'll put them here. How's that? All right. Good evening, Twitch. We are playing tonight in the quietest stream ever, I'm sure. We're playing Magic Realm. Magic Realm is literally the best board game of all time. Um, and it is 1979 board game by Avalon Hill, one of the most complicated games to ever grace the Avalon Hill. That's pretty small, actually. To grace the Avalon Hill catalog. Um, the anecdote that I heard was that they had a framed letter from a fan who tried to play the game and complained that they were a PhD in physics but still could not understand this game. It is indeed one of my favorite games of all time. And to be fair to that mysterious PhD, it did take me approximately a decade to learn to play this game, and I'm sure I'm still not playing it properly. So, what we're doing is we're playing a four-character. So I've been on a Magic Realm kick recently, um, and we're playing a four-character deathmatch tournament here. We're going to play 4 games, not tonight, of course. We'll be lucky to get through one. 4 games, 4 characters each. There's 16 characters in the game total. The top 2 will move on, and we'll play brackets all the way up until we get to our final 4, and then we will see who the ultimate Magic Realm character is. What do we got here? So give me 1 second. I'm just gathering chits. So we have 4 characters. Our first 4 characters, these are randomly drawn. We have Nick here. Say hello, Nick. Wave. Hello. Nick's my son. Nick has recently, learned the joys of this particular game. So he's sort of hanging out here, joining, helping me sort of, keep things straight. And on Tabletop Simulator, we are using a mod which sets the board up for you. And so you see our board here. I will not be explaining too many rules on the way. We'll just be trying to manage the game and get through as many days as possible. But I will be giving some running commentary as we go. So our first character here is the Berserker. Berserker's big dude. He's heavy. He can kill almost every monster in the game. Given the right circumstances, he wields a great axe. And he has a helmet. Here's the old card. You'll see what we got there. Very Viking crazy look-alike there. And you see his helmet. If he had a spear, we could do the Warner Brothers Spear and Magic Helmet song, but he doesn't. He has an axe, so not quite as fun. Big guy, tremendous and heavy. He has a Berserk chit, which allows him to take tremendous damage before dying if he plays that chit. And that's our first guy. Our second guy here is the Black Knight. The Black Knight is a medium character, so a little bit smaller than our guy. He is infamous across the realm, so he actually frightens everyone into doing his bidding. In addition, he has some great armor and a shield, and one of the best weapons in the game, though it might not seem it at first, the mace. The mace is a fast, medium weapon, and it really suits the Black Knight. Problem with the Black Knight is he cannot fight the biggest monsters in the realm. He has to make do fighting some of the smaller things, that unless he gets a better weapon, and there are ways for him to get a better weapon. But for now, we're going to stick with the mace, and we're going to stick to heavy creatures instead of tremendous creatures, and we'll talk about that as the situation starts to develop in the realm. Third character is the mysterious elf. The elf is a stealthy bowman, so he's the stealth archer. And stealth archery in this game, like Skyrim, is the best thing to do ever. So he also has gold magic. His spells are Fleet Foot, which is going to allow him to go through mountains, and Wisp Guide, which is going to allow him to go through secret paths and passages. So he has all the mobility, all the stealth, and the bow, which can, if he gets lucky, kill anything in the game. If he gets lucky. So he's going to try to hide, ambush stuff, and kick its butt while remaining invisible. The Magician. Magician's our last guy. The Magician is an eclectic spellcaster who, well, and I didn't show you all the other guys. This Magician looks almost competent. Here's the real Magician. He looks like a hobo, but a magical hobo with lots of trinkets. Definitely selling you the essential oils and the crystals. So the magician's gig is that he has all the magic in the game. He can learn. He has learned almost any spell in the game, but he can't produce the magical energy to actually cast most of those spells. So the magician likes to find artifacts with spells in them. He also likes to find sources of color magic. He has transform, poison, and remedy. So transform allows him to hit. So you'll see that it is a 6 purple. So that means it takes one of these to cast. I believe this is a 7 chit. This is a 6 chit. Unfortunately, with this mod, they changed the Roman numerals to awesome icons, but awesome icons means I can't actually read them. So the transform is a 6 spell, so it takes transformation magic, which is a type 6. That's that goofy symbol with the taxidermy kind of thing going on there. And it takes a purple chit, which you'll see he's converted one of his chits. If we flip one of these, it turns to color magic, and the magicians are allowed to start that like that at the beginning of the game. So if he pairs these 2 chits, this one and this one, he can cast transform and turn a beast into, or a person, or whatever, into another beast, or himself, actually. What we use that for is if we face a single gigantic creature which we otherwise can't handle, we try to transform it into something innocuous like a squirrel or a frog, and then we can stomp on it with our hopefully our hirelings, but that's a different story entirely. We have poison, 8 gray. So this is a type 8 chit right here. Gray chit is this guy. And poison takes any weapon in the game and adds something called a sharpness star. So it ups its damage, poisons it, effectively. And then remedy is to break spells and curses. Now, I always have a hard time with magician, so I actually read online to get the particular strategy that I'm using with the magician today for this tournament, because I'm like, well, if I draw the magician, he's just going to lose. And then I said, well, maybe I'll read online to see what the heck goes on. So, but it's not enough we're playing the base game. We're not playing the base game of Magic Realm. We, of course, have added our own home rules because, and those rules are quest rules. And so every character also has a hand of 3 quests. So we'll go to the board here, and you'll see the 3 quests across the bottom here. You can see them. I can't see them on my screen, but the Berserker, Black Knight, Elf, and Magician all have their quests listed. We will quickly go over them. So you'll see, this is super fancy, by the way. You're all going to be super jealous of my crafting skills here. Yes, these are note cards cut in half and written in a very messy handwriting. I also have a quest document, which actually documents all the bits. And we've also added spells to the game because we really do play this game an awful lot. And here are some of the new spells. And so if you've played Magic Realm before and you come to see this game, I am super sorry. I figure there's like 8 people in the country who play this game anyway, and how many of them are going to be watching Twitch tonight? Hope probably none. They're all playing New World from Amazon. So hey, done. So anyway, let's go over everybody's quick quests and their opening strategy, and then we will start turn 1. Envoy for the Berserker is to take two of his groups that he is friendly with or allied with, execute a trade phase with them, and that's going to score him a victory point. Locksmith is the locksmith lives in one of these clearings in the high pass here. And survivor is to be wounded, have at least 3 of your chits wounded. So in Magic Realm, you have 12 chits. You will see them here. They determine what you can do. You can move and fight, and how fast you move and fight, and how hard you hit, and how tiring those moves are. The thing is, they're also your hit points. If you lose all, when you get wounded, you take one of those chits and you flip them over and put it in a pile, a wounded pile. And if you lose all 12, you die. Well, survivor means you got to get 3 of those wounded, heal up, return to a dwelling, and tell the story, and you will get victory points. The Black Knight has locate the Hoard. The Hoard is a treasure location in one of these hexes. Hexes with 6 clearings have treasure. Hexes with 4 clearings have no treasure. They might have monsters, but they don't have any treasure. The valleys, this guy here, see, you see where I'm pointing? Hard to say. This guy here, I didn't really want to do that. Didn't want to do that at all, and that is annoying as heck. Let's change the rotation here. Tabletop Sim occasionally does weird crap to me. I'm just going to go with it. The valleys have no treasure. They do have dwellings and allies and enemies of all these characters. So we have to locate the Hoard. The Strongman is just an event. It will put an NPC in one of the clearings on the board. We'll play that, just get the card out of our hand and draw a new card. And then Spider Slayer is to kill a spider, which the Black Knight can do. There are spiders he can kill on the board, so he is good with his 3 cards. The elf looked at his 3 cards and wept a little bit because these are going to be hard cards for him to fulfill. Not impossible. So Dragon Slayer and Troll Slayer are exactly what they look like. Kill a troll, kill a dragon. And the elf can manage both of those. But the way that archery works in this game is a little bit randomized, so he is at the mercy of RNG to fulfill those tasks. What he does want to get rid of, and the quest which I really just need to discard, is this red side up, because no one ever takes this. They always get rid of this. It means you have to let a tremendous monster hit you, grab you, and get to the verge of killing you effectively. Turn red side up is what that is. And if you can survive that, you can then turn this card in. The problem is if you get hit red side and get red side up on tremendous monster, it is super likely you're already dead or dying. The elf is not going to risk that. He wants to turn this card in. And then the magician has a source of black magic, and this is just an event where he can just get a source of black magic for a single use, which is good for the magician, but he has no spells which can use it, so he's gonna just get rid of that bad boy. Porter, similarly, is an event which puts literally a hireling on the board, and then he has Woodsman, which is find the small campfire, and where you're going to find the small campfire is in one of these woods hexes, and you'll have to excuse me if I don't pick it up because I don't want it to turn that little 15 degrees again. So you'll see the woods hex is here, and one of these, the small campfire is, and if he just turns it over and finds it, he's going to get a victory point. So let's talk initial strategies. I think the Berserker is going to trade with the rogues. So the rogues are in the inn. He likes the rogues, so he's going to trade with the rogues, and that's going to be his start of Envoy. And then I think we're just going to go into the ruins and see what the ruins hold for us with the let's see. The locksmith is way over here. That's a bit of a haul. And the other only group that he cares about, the Lancers, and the Lancers appear at one of the campfires typically. So I think that the Berserker is going to ultimately go to the ruins here, maybe to the mountain, then the deep woods, and maybe check these woods tiles out. And he's going to start his game and stick around this southwest section of the map. So here's the Berserker. Everybody starts at the inn this game. Some of the characters have different starting locations, but today, everyone is sitting at the inn. It's literally like the start of a D&D adventure. Um, way back when we were playing, basic D&D, where every adventure started in a tavern, and the wacky magician walked up to you and gave you a task. But here we are. So let's get the Berserker's move. In Magic Realm, you have to write your moves. So I'm going to write down Envoy, and he will have traded with the rogues. And if he trades with another group he's friendly with, he will complete that quest. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to trade once, for sure. Two trades? Nick's my unofficial advisor tonight. What do you got? Two trades or just one trade and we just get out of there? Planning not to buy. The Berserker doesn't need anyone. It's helpful sometimes. But he doesn't need anyone. He's a big, strong dude. It's just a question of whether or not,
what would be the alternative to sweet trade?
Moving, just getting out of it.
Just getting to the ruins.
Or maybe a trade and a hire, right?
Yeah.
So now the thing is, if you hire, you technically have to stay there because you can't actually assign him to yourself until the next morning. So it's a little
trade, hide.
I like that. Trade, hide, move. So trade. So, and you'll see down below here, this sheet has all the different things you can do. So we're going to trade, not S. S isn't, it is a thing. Trade, hide. And then we're going to move into the ruins. And we should write the clearing down.
4.
It is 5. Oh man, ruins 5. So, and that's move R5. That's the shorthand. So he's going to trade twice, hide, and then move R5. So this is, again, I'm going to try to not super explain the rules, unless someone asks, of course. I'll explain specifics. This is essentially called Birdsong, and every character records his move, and then the moves go off in random order. And the reason for that is the fact that, different things can pop up in the game as the turns go, as the different characters execute their moves. And so it is possible that you will be walking into a situation where there weren't monsters, but someone else drew the monsters to the clearing, and then you're walking directly into danger. So we do have to, this is pre-recorded moves in this game. The second guy is the Black Knight to record his move. And the Black Knight's plan is, I hate to say it's locate the horde, right? That's really his thing. He's going to play the strongman. So he plays the strongman, and for the strongman to activate, we roll a random hex and a random clearing, and there we do. And the random up, we don't actually get that till the night. So thank you. So clearing 8 is ledges, not clearing. Hex 8 is ledges 6. So ledges 6 is here. We're going to put the swirly in ledges 6. I will make that a tiny bit bigger. Made them a little too small. And that is the strongman. The strongman. So we'll mark down that we played the strongman. Strongman. And he is the swirl token in ledges 6. So we will record everything about it. Now, the thing is, the strongman is an NPC. If you hire him by paying him $8, he will travel along with you, and he counts as a tremendous chit. And tremendous chits are required to do certain things in the game. Unlock the vault, break open crypts, and we don't have any tremendous, so he actually is not a bad dude to walk around with for the Black Knight. Having said that, 8 gold is a lot. We only start with 10. So I think for now we're just going to ignore the strong man and just let him be. And we are going to, I think we're just going to head in So I'm going to hide. So this is going to be a little bit of a cluster at first because everyone's going to end up like real tight. Typically, the characters start and they're sort of scattered. I happen to draw 4 that only start at the inn, and the inn sort of stuck right here. So why don't we move him in? Hide a couple times or hide once, maybe twice. What do you think? Twice because there's a lot of characters moving around, and so a lot of chances to draw bad guys. So why don't we move twice? Or hide twice, move in, and then search for this secret path. See these passes with the little bubbles? Those are secret paths, and we need to search to find them. And finding this will definitely make life a lot easier for Black Knight as he moves around the map. And he doesn't have anywhere specific to go yet. Unlike the Berserker who wants to get all the way across the map to the high pass. Oh, that's true. Berserker's going to play the locks. And so he'll need just to get a clearing. So any of these quest cards, you can play one every morning, and that's investigating. And by investigating, you are figuring out. He's in 1, right?
Yeah.
So you are essentially figuring out a clearing that the thing appears in. So the locksmith is in high pass 3. So let me make a note of that.
High pass 1.
I'm sorry, high pass 1. Locksmith in high pass 1, and he is the circle 3 token. There you go. And there you go. So that's good. So he has played that card and investigated. The Black Knight has played the strong man, and the Black Knight is going to hide twice. And this is going to take us forever, so you'll have to be patient with me here. So he's going to hide twice. 2 hides, 2 H's. He's going to move into Ruins 5, and then he's going to search. That's an S. And that's our second move of the day. Our third move is the elf. The elf. So, at the end of the day, if you are in a dwelling, you are allowed to discard your hand or parts of your hand. And he doesn't like his hand. So, what we are going to do is we are going to stay here all day. It's a little bit of a waste for the elf. And he's just going to hide twice, trade once, just in case there's something awesome there. Actually, you know what? He's going to hide 3 times and trade once. And the reason is the elf is neutral to the rogues. And he doesn't really, he's neutral to anyone that can show up at the inn. He's not a very city guy. He's not really a party dude. I don't know why he's at the inn to begin with. Having said that, he's going to hide. He is going to trade once just in case something's there. His goal is to end the day at the inn, trade in some of his cards, and get new cards. And the magician is friends with the magician. Likes actually he likes the company and the rogues, and the company is a company of mercenaries, and they can appear. And our first goal, so we're going to hide once just in case. We're going to hire HR twice. HR, human resources, or should we hire 3 times, right? And our goal is to hire the top 2 rogues, because the magician strategy I'm using is to hire rogues, poison their weapons with my poison spell, and then go on a killing spree, effectively. I mean,
How long does poison stay on the weapon?
It's just a combat spell. So it's that combat. So it's not like or the optional rule that we've added is that you turn it into a poison chit, which ties up the chit, but then can be used at any time. So it's actually even better. So we're using most of the optional rules just because to try them out, playtest, etc. So we are probably going to use that, have a poison chit, and then we can, on the first fight, hand it over to the rogue, and he will then do awesome, tremendous damage and kill everything. Hopefully. That's the plan. Okay. So we have all 4 moves. We are ready to process day 1. So what we do is there are 4 chits here. We'll draw the 4 chits, and we're going to roll a monster roll. And I made that die super big. Let's just shrink it the tiniest bit. I like the fact you can scale stuff in this game. That's the one thing about tabletop sim that I do love. I love being able to scale the dice. Monster roll. Roll that bad boy. It is a 5. So 5 is purple, and you'll see we draw spiders and imps today. So if you see any of these purple crosses on any of the chits, you know monsters are going to draw. I don't love, so the original design of this game had, it's 1979. So it's very wargamey vibe. There was just words, letters, and stuff, and I prefer the words and letters. I could see where people would prefer like the icons and stuff, but I do prefer the words. I'm an old school gamer. I'm sorry. I'm a boomer, gaming wise. Gen X. Otherwise, I'm not. I don't blame me for the financial crisis. It's everything else, but gaming wise, I prefer. Anyway, I'll be quiet. All right, so let's see who goes when. So the first character is going to be Magician first, the Elf second, the Black Knight third, the Berserker fourth. Okay. So the Magician, now you have to do your move as you wrote it. Magician hides once and hires 3 times. So to hide in the game, you roll 2 dice. Magic Realm is it is definitely a game of mitigating your bad luck, for sure. In Magic Realm, every roll you roll 2 dice, and you take the worst of the dice, and the worst is the highest. So, for instance, this is a 4, even though you rolled a 3. This is a 6, even though you had a 1 there, and so on. 6s are typically horrible for you. 1s are typically awesome. But to get 1s, you have to roll double 1s. So it's a 1 in 36 chance. So it's actually an interesting probability curve there. And a lot of the tables in the game use that to their advantage. So the hide is very easy. You roll 2 dice. If none of them comp a 6, you've hidden. So the magician's going to hide once. He does. So we flip his counter to the hidden side. He's still in the inn with the rest of these guys. I just wanted to spread them out so you'd see who's where. And then he's going to hire 3 times. So you will see here, our buddy, he's going to hire this swordsman rogue who cost a gold. But that's not true. He cost a gold. But the rogues are friendly with us. So we roll on this table. And we have this neat player aid here with all the tables. And rolling with friendlies. So he has to roll 2 dice. And then based here, you'll see the real price. So let's roll our 2 dice right now. I made the dice gigantic. 6. Well, that sort of sucks. No deal. So they just outright go, you know what? We don't want to go with you. But I have 2 more of these. So I have 2 more higher phases to go, which is why we record more than one. 5. Not great. $4. But we're going to do it because that's the goal. The goal is to hire these guys. So we're going to hire the top guy for $1 times 4. So $4. So we're going to mark, we have 10 gold to start, but we do spend 4 of that. So we have 6 gold left, and we'll be marking pluses and minuses here. I mean, I suppose we could. That's a little clunky. We'll do 10 here, and then we'll have -4. But that's day 2. That seems bad. You know what I mean? Like that bothers me that's on the second line. Yeah. Anyway, and we're going to try to hire the second guy because the second guy is like the first guy. We'll actually take him off the sheet and see maybe we can get him, right? He also costs $1. He's identical to the first guy. The rogues are, there's a bunch of different types of rogues, but the first 2 are the same. Oh, damn, no deal. Well, that sort of blows. That's actually a crappy start. I thought I'd get both of them for like $7. I figured 2 of them, 1 for 3 and 1 for 4. I figure is what I get, and then that's it. We just head off. So he's done. He hired 1, and now we have to mark down. We hired Rogue 7. Rogue 7 hired until day. And usually I say he hired him day 1. Day 15. I give him 14 days. Hey, what's up, John? This is. It's okay. It's a good version of Magic Realm. It sets the board up for you, which is the nice part, right? I mean, it has all the bad of Tabletop Simulator in that you're close up and all that, but But it's okay. I don't mind it. I'm going to put Rogue 7 gone on day 15. So I'm going to give him a full 2 weeks of hire, and we'll just put him right there on our sheet to remind us that that's our guy. The Magician's gone. So second day, Elf. So, but it's a good version. It's the Karim's redesign. I like the old school board, but that's me. I just find it easier to read most of the time. So, our elf is hiding 3 times and trading because he wants to trade in his quests. So we're going to roll 3 times. Actually, we could have rolled 4 times. The elf gets an extra hide, right? So that is true. We got to remember that. That's my fault. I did not remember that. Everybody has special abilities, so I should at least pay attention to those. I'll remember extra hide. I'll put that down there. Notes, extra hide. And 1 die on missile rolls. I remember that for the elf. That's his big power. Are we gonna hide 4 times? That sounds really clunky. Let's trade twice instead, just in case something really awesome appears and we can make a shot for it, right? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we're gonna hide 3 times. The elf just doesn't want to get caught here. Oh, really? Okay. I was gonna say, is that die gonna fall to a 6? So the elf hides, we flip him, he is hidden. He doesn't have to roll his extra hides if he succeeds the first time. We can trade twice. So when we trade, let's see, where are our rogue buddies? They're here. So they have all these things. So we're going to move the horses over here. And then, so we can look at these cards now. So the elf looks at the cards. Oil of Poison and the Dragon Fang Necklace. Oh, that's purple too, right? No, that is not. That is control in purple. That is not a purple source. It requires purple. Weird. So like I said, I don't like the iconography. I just like the words in purple. In the original card, it just says in purple. It doesn't say purple. The other one says, purple. So this would be good for the elf, actually. This is not bad. Oil of Poison is a potion. In combat, he can play it, and for the rest of the combat, he is inflicting more damage than he would inflict normally. So I'm going to try to buy that for my trade phase. However, the elf is only neutral with the rogues. He doesn't really like them, and I didn't take his magical spell, which caused them to be friendly with him. So 5 is no deal, and he has 1 more trade phase, which he will roll 3. Price times 4 is not going to cut it because that is a $12 buy, and he can't do that. And he doesn't have anything to trade, so we're just going to live with that and be done with the elf's day. And I'm going to write +6 here because it drives me nuts to. There you go. So to have that 2 lines. Sorry. Okay, third character to move is the Black Knight. The Black Knight, if we recall, he's going to move into the ruins and search. So he hides twice. Remember, no 6s. There we go. And he flips. He's hidden. He moves into the ruins. He's going to search. Oh, and I need to do one last thing when I go back to the monster thing.
Is it a peer or a search?
It is a.
Is there what he fell?
Paths or peers, I believe. But it doesn't really matter. The rolls are the same in both cases. Right? The rolls are 3, 2, or 1. Paths, hidden enemies and paths, clues and paths, or choice.
Yeah.
So 3 hidden enemies and paths. So what that means is the Black Knight can cross off ruins 1 to 5. So if we look here, ruins, green, 1 to 5. He can now use that as a path, and good to go. And we now flip these chips. Bones, C, Bones Cave, because this is a cave clearing. And flip this, Patter 5. Well, guess what? Patter is the purple cross. Purple cross draws something. Spider. That's good for our Black Knight. Why? He has Spider Slayer. He wants to kill a spider. Now,
Is it just one spider?
it is just one spider. That's real good for our Black Knight, actually. That's a good start. The other thing I did want to do when I'm over here is check. And no, only the bash cards could appear, but only at the campfires. So our last character is the Berserker. The Berserker trades twice, hides once, and then moves into Ruins 5. So we could have a little bit of a combat there. So he's going to trade. Let's go to over here. And you remember the Oil of Poison is there, and also the Dragon Fang necklace. That actually, the Berserker would not mind that, because the Berserker does spend a lot of time roaming about the mountains, fighting dragons and stuff, to have that necklace. Now, the problem is that necklace costs $8. So what's he going to get? What price? 24? You know what I mean? Times 2, times 3, right? So he's not going to buy that thing.
Workhorse.
Berserker can't ride these.
Yeah, right.
He might be able to ride some of these, right? Because
yeah, but they're all
like he can ride that one. So, but they're a lot of money. So no workhorses for our friend the Berserker. He will roll in the Oil of Poison, surely. Because that's useful for everybody in certain circumstances. So he's going to roll. He is friendly. 2.
But that's the unfriendly.
Oops. Let's roll the friendly table. Price times 2. He'd get that for 6. Is it worth it for 6?
He already has Tremendous, but is Tremendous star and insta-kill?
I mean, hey, what's up, Scott? It's going. It's very slow. I mean, it took me several times to try to set this up because of various quirks with this mod or whatever. But it did work. And we did get it and set up cameras and everything. It's Oil of Poison. I have the option to buy. I don't know if Berserker really cares enough. I think he can mostly kill what he needs to kill anyway. It does give him a couple other options. So for instance, with Oil of Poison, he can be playing an H4 and kill something from Nimbus. Because he's doing H star star.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of playing a T4. So there are times when that's great for him also. It's not super necessary, but there are times when it's good. But yeah, I'm gonna hold off and just save the cash. There might be other things that we want to do with that money.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, back from the bar. All right, cool. I hope your buddy Melissa is okay. So 10-10, so we've recorded everybody's gold and we are good to go. So Patter's already drawn. The Berserker is gonna forego the sale there. He does not hide, he wanders into this battle. So we have a hidden knight. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I have a couple folks who used to work at the old Intelair, a Marinette, when it was a Marinette, and I got to get together with them. That'd be nice too, for some drinks before Delta variant takes over and we are all masked and in our homes in our own separate rooms, not talking to each other again. Right? That's the okay. So it's the evening of day 1. And that's this. If that's the problem with being on. That's better read redeemed a custom reward. Oh, I don't know what you just did, but okay. That's the bad part about me playing this on Twitch. I will talk the whole time. We will never get anything done. Like this we'll never get anything through. So, but anyway. Oh, I see, because he swore, right? Okay. So, I mean, so the rules of the tournament are no outright PvP. But you're not obligated to help anybody. So I think the Black Knight, he wants to kill the spider. So he is going to do that. Yeah, I don't even know how to do that actually. So I'm just gonna sit on it for now. So he's going to allow the spider to roll onto the Berserker sheet. Can I even do that from here? Oh, there you go. I can do that from Chatty. That's cool. So he's going to let the spider wander onto the Berserker sheet. And there we go. You are a Twitch genius, sir. And during the encounter step, the Black Knight is going to alert his weapon playing an H6 to alert the weapon. And that's going to flip it to its fast side. And then we're going to take we don't really need anything. We need a heavy chit to kill it. So we're going to play that chit. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to play that somewhere, wherever, right there. That's the black. So the Black Knight's going to come. He's going to swing at this spider from the bushes. The Berserker. So the Berserker is a little bit, he's a little concerned. He cannot undercut this thing no matter what. So he can't get in a shot to kill. What he can do with his unalerted weapon, he's going to play it there. And he's going to play, he doesn't need to play any super, so he's going to play a fight H5. And he does want to avoid this. He wants to avoid the tremendous damage. So he has to play a move faster than 6, which sort of dumb. Of course he has a move faster than 6. Ideally, he would like to play a move faster than 4 to not take any wounds whatsoever. Should we do that? Do we want to fatigue? Yes, we have extra rest. So we're going to fatigue. So there you go, right there. So Berserker's going to play across the top row here. So if the spider flips, we should be okay. And if the spider doesn't flip, we're still going to be okay because we're not going to be undercut by the spider. So, all right. Like I said, I'm not going to over-explain the rules right now. This isn't a tutorial game, and I'm hoping that everybody who's watching knows how to play the damn game already. So we're going to go with that. If anybody has a question, ask. If I'm doing something wrong, gripe at me. Whatever, it's fine. So let's roll to see where this spider ends up. 3. So 3 stays the same. 1 and 2 switch. We flip. Oh, he does flip. So he goes over to the dangerous side right there. And let's do attacks. Now, attacks go in order of length on round 1. The nice thing about the redesign is all the weapon lengths are on the damn chits. So his attack is first, and it misses. Doesn't undercut the spider, whose move is a 4. So his attack is removed. The second attack is the Knight's. The Knight's attack is a range 1. And that is going to undercut the spider, who is a move 4. And we have a move 3, medium 3 attack. Overstrength to heavy. So he does heavy damage, undercuts the spider, and kills him. And the Black Knight, indeed, gets the first kill of the game by capping the heavy spider. So we're going to put him up here. He is dead. He is worth 3 fame and notoriety for our knight, who's going to take who's going to take his chits and bring them over to his own sheet here. We only played 1 chit for the Black Knight. He does not have to fatigue. We did play 2 chits for the Berserker. The Berserker has fatigue and move. Let's fatigue our move T6 for now, and we can rest that by tomorrow. Because we, as a Berserker, get an extra rest. So I'll write that down in my notes just to make sure, because Sometimes I do forget. Oops. Extra rest. And done. So the Berserker are the Black Knight. So we're going to give him 3. I only put it in notoriety because our quest variant here, we combine fame and notoriety into 1 total. And he also has converted Spider Slayer. So Spider Slayer literally says, kill a damn spider. And he did. You kill a spider. You gain 1 VP and spider innards. Oh, you can choose one of the visitors and place it in a dwelling of your choice. So he will place a visitor too. And he can get spider's blood if he takes the thing back. So we're going to place a visitor first. I should have done that as soon as... And we always flip these to visitors because the rest of these don't even count. Does he care about any of the visitors? He likes the crone. So we're going to place the crone, and this is a super easy... Oops. This is a super easy choice. He's going to place it right there at the inn. And he's going to return to her to get the potion, the spider blood potion. Mom is still awake, I believe. But Nick can check, John.
Yeah, I can. I'll be back.
And we do get a VP, and the VP is what gets recorded in the fame track there. So we have the first score goes to the Black Knight. Perfect, actually. That was his plan.
She's up in her room. I don't know if she's asleep, but she's maybe about to be.
I mean, you could, if you call, she'll answer. If you text, she'll answer, is my guess. So, and that's the end of day 1. So people have played cards. So the Black Knight gets 2 cards, and so we're going to have to adjust their cards here. Okay, so the Black Knight played Strongman and Spider Slayer, so he has Navigator, which is 3 passages, and he also has Explore the Caves, which is all 6 clearings. And let's save that. The Magician also played Porter, and he will... he didn't play it, actually. He should have. I'm going to play Black Source of Black Magic, just to get rid of the card, because it doesn't actually do him much good with the spells that he picked. So he will draw another card. Merchant appears. That is also sort of useless. Merchant appears. And there you go. And I got to close this door because my kids are roaming around here. And it would be clunky. All right. Oops. I didn't mean to slam that door. And the elf, because he ended his day at a dwelling, is going to turn in his chips, his cards. I mean, he's going to burn red side up. That's a terrible card for everybody. No one should take that card ever for any reason. It's whether or not he's going to keep Dragon Slayer and Troll Slayer, and he certainly can do those and work those. But he is putting himself in a little bit of because they're armored creatures. He can kill them on 1s and 2s and 1s, rolls of 1. So it's a little rough. So the question is, do we burn these doable but hard to do cards and draw? Because we don't know what we're going to get, or do we keep them? Red side up goes. No one ever takes that. No one should take it. I should just get rid of it from the game. It's a terrible card. I don't know. It's a good question.
What rules would he have to get to?
For heavy armored creatures, he needs a roll of 1 or 2. For tremendous armored creatures, he needs a roll of 1. So it's a 33% chance to kill a heavy troll or a heavy dragon. It's a 16% chance to kill a tremendous dragon or tremendous troll. We are using the ambush rolls. The elf can fight hidden and stay hidden as long as he doesn't, screw that up, that roll. Definitely the calculus. So mountains are right here, so that's a good dragon spot, right? Patter is not going to draw trolls, but Bones might. So I think I'm going to keep those two. So he turns this one in, and he's going to keep, and he's going to do up damsel in distress. So let's do damsel in distress. Damsel. Save it. Okay, interesting. So the damsel in distress is we put a marker on a random dwelling to note the damsel's home. We choose either the horde or the lair. Now, neither the horde or the lair have shown up. So the first one to show up will be the location that the damsel is being held. And then once we have to get there, we have to be unhidden one phase to free her. She will then follow us, and then we return her home to get a reward and a VP. So that sort of segs with Dragon Slayer a little bit, since we will be walking to dragons. So I'm gonna. So we're good. We'll keep all those. And then we have the magician. Okay, so we're good to go. We're good to plan our day 2 here, I think. So let's do that. Let's do the Black Knight first, because the Black Knight actually has a little bit of an easy move. The Black Knight just wandered up into here. Did he search for the ruins, or was it the Berserker that searched for the ruins?
It was him. It was the black.
Okay.
The black name has the.
Huh. Did that not? Okay. Yeah, he searched. So the Black Knight has a path. I think the Black Knight wants to return to the inn to get his. He already has his VP, but he wants the potion, so he's going to do that. So he's going to return to the inn. He's going to move. His first move is a move back to the inn. I'll just write that, move to the inn. He's going to then move back to the ruins 5. Well, we should hide, so let's just be hide. Move ruins 5, and then I think he's going to move to ruins 1, maybe. He still has to locate the horde. Well, he has explored the caves, strangely enough. So he's got to do this. It's a little bit of a dicey. Don't get me wrong. That's so he's going to move ruins. So he's going to move and then move into ruins 3. So usually, if I have a 2 or 3 moves in a row, I only record the last position that I'm going to go in. So there you go. So that's the knight. The Berserker. The only thing I don't like about this is by John is that there's too much of this flipping back and forth. Like to write the move, you can't consult the board and write the damn move. You have to do one or the other. So I almost am like, man, I should just write the damn moves on a piece of paper. So the Berserker, he is looking for the Lancers. He has to go to the high pass. He has to get wounded. I mean, I think he's going to search for this path. He's going to hide. He's going to take his free rest, and I'll call that X rest, right? So we know it's free. Then he's going to search 3 times in hopes of finding the past. So that's our 2 buddies. The elf, who has new goals here. So the elf is going to. Now, technically, we have to do this the night before. I usually play a little fast and loose because mentally I'm trying to do 4 characters. I think I'm going to play Wisp Guide the night of day 1. So actually, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put Wisp Guide. So that's going to burn a type 3, which again, or not type 3, it's going to burn a type 7. Yes, 7 gold. Which I do hate. 7 is the. Yeah, 7's these guys. So 7 gold. That flips and fatigues. So he now has Wisp Guide, which means he can travel paths but not learn them. So tomorrow he's going to record 1 move here, and go to the mountains, right? Hide 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the elf gets an extra hide. So hide, and then move. Move. He needs to record 4 moves, I believe. And that gets him to 1, 2, 3, 4, mountain 2. So move, mountain 2. And that's our elf's turn. The magician, he's going to play porter to allow the porter to come into play. I think the porter appears at a random dwelling. The magician does not care about the porter at all. Yep, random dwelling. So let's roll for a random dwelling for the porter. What we do care about is freeing up that card space, though. 4, random dwelling is the inn. So, well, there you go. The porter will be blue square 2. And we'll actually write that right here. I wish you could move that after the fact. Like, I wish you could grab this and move it. But you can't. That's too bad. Oh, well. So the porter's here for hire by anyone. And we still need to find the small campfire for the magician. We could stick around and we could try to hire our second guy. And I think we are going to ultimately do that. So we are going to hide, and then we're going to hire, and hire. Because I want that second guy. His strategy is literally to have a couple flunkies to do his bidding. And then if his card doesn't work, like he can burn those cards and go from there. So the magician's going to sort of slow play it. And there we go. So let's go from here and let's see. This is day 2, and we are ready for day 2. We need a monster roll. So flip that bad boy. We get a 2. Serpents, demons. So green triangles. All right. And let's draw Black Knight, Elf, Magician, and Berserker. So our order is thus. And the Black Knight is going to go first, and he is moving back to the inn, hiding, and then moving into the ruins. Ruins 3. So let's execute that move. He goes here. He's going to turn in the spider imps to the crone, who gives him a potion. He then hides. 6, he fails and moves into ruins 3. But no green triangles means nothing appears. So let me mark on the Black Knight sheet that he has a potion of spider blood. Weapon gains sharpness star. 1 use. And done. So that's his move. Next move is the elf. The elf is using his Wisp Guide to hide and move into, and this is an extra hide, so I should mark that. Always good to mark when you get extra phases. Since you get 4 turns normally, plus whatever extras that you get. So let's move, and then he moves into the mountains. Let's get the elf is going to hide. He starts unhidden. That's probably a hide. And then he does hide, and then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 into the mountains. And then he draws, flips these chits. Dank, M, and Slither 3. Slither 3 is going to draw us maybe some snakes? Let's go look. Slither, it's up here, by the way. Slither, yep, Slither is anywhere, actually. Mountains or caves. We're going to get 2 heavy serpents. Oops, and I just dropped them. So let's go to the board. 2 heavy serpents in Slither 3. So let's put the Slither 3 there. And let's put the 2 serpents there. Now, they will not come to the elf. So you might notice these chits. There's 2 types of chits. These chips with the mountain or cave clearing on them will draw directly to your hex instantly. But these sound chits, the sight chits, draw to the specific clearing that they appear in. So the snakes go there. Now, can the elf kill heavy snakes? He absolutely can. He can also outrun them. So these snakes do not worry him overly much. Okay, that's the elf. We are now at the magician, who is going to flip. He's going to hide once, just in case someone shows up. He fails. So if someone does show up, he's there. Then he's going to hide higher 3 times, trying to get our buddy here. Oops, not that guy. That one. Here we go. Trying to get our buddy. So let's see what we got here. So meet with friendly. Hire 1. Nope, that's a fail. No deal. Hire 2. No deal. Boy, his price times 3. He's going to take it. So he spends $3. Oops, -3. Sorry, -3 to get Rogue 6 for 14 days. Guns were Golem. And I write it down here. Typically, excellent. So there you go. So now we got our 2 buddies. Will anyone show up at the inn? Is the question. Nope, the house and the small campfire. So the inn is still quiet for now. And that leaves us the Berserker, who is hiding once, resting, and then searching 3 times. So the Berserker in clearing 5 hides once. He does. Rests once. And resting brings 1 asterisk back into play, which he does. And now he is going to search 3 times for this guy. And I can tell you, we can look at the chart, but I can tell you that a roll of 3, 2, or 1 always finds a path of passage. So that's what we're going for. 3. Nope, that's 1 roll. His second search roll is a 3. So he finds ruins green 1 to 5, and he can use that from now on. All right, that's day 2. So that's our day 2. We put these chips back in the bucket here. And the question is, does anyone need... Yes, we're going to need... Magician's going to get new cards real quick, and then we're going to check our cards. Ghost Hunter and Locate the Vault. Yeah. So the Berserker has the 3, Locate, Navigator, Explore Caves, Troll Slayer, Damsel in Distress, and Dragon Slayer. So we have the 3. It is the Magician that's changed up. The Magician has Ghost Hunter. The Magician has Locate the Vault. And let's save. Done. Okay, cool. So Ghost Hunter is actually interesting because it's right here. These are the ghosts. They're, they're non-trivial, but I think our boys can take care of them. I think our 2 boys actually are 2 swordsmen. can do medium damage, plus if they need to. So yeah, they can do medium damage on a time 3. That's pretty good. The danger is um, I don't think there is any danger. I think those are auto kills for these two swords actually. So I think that's a winner. Locate the vault, also good. I mean, we can't open the vault. We're just the magician. We're tiny and weak and so on. But having said that, um, finding it ought to get us a point. So I think we're going to stick with those cards. I think everybody has a good hand of cards for them now, and we are just going to write our day 3. Okay. Berserker. What's the long-term goal of Berserker, Nick? Where are we going? We are going to
The locksmith?
Locksmith. Yes, we could go to Locksmith. He's a long way away. We could certainly get there. I think the Berserker is literally just going to head maybe over here real quick to check and then head this way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get into a fight, get some wounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we just found this. So let's hide and maybe go 1, 2, 3 to Mountain 2. So the Berserker is going to hide once, move to Mountain 2 at the foot of the mountain. The Black Knight. The knight is trying to explore the caves. Oof. Don't get me wrong. That is a terrible idea. By the way. But you get a lantern if you do it. And a lantern is an extra phase in caves.
Ooh, that's really good.
So that's a great treasure to get. It's just that this is going to take days to get through here.
Not as bad as the Borderlands.
Well, I don't know that that's true. It depends on if you're hiding and moving every time. So I think he is going to hide and move until he sees these chits, right? So now, if you are unfamiliar with the game, was it C2?
I think
Ah, darn it. 5. See, that's the problem with this, as I said. I'm just going to say C2, move cave 2. So if you two of your moves and 2 of your actions in a day are called sunlight actions, and you only get them if you never go into a cave or don't start in a cave. If you are going to start any of your phases in a cave or end any of your phases in a cave, if you're going to touch a cave, then you cannot use your sunlight phases. So that means the caves are nasty for almost every character because they really slow you down. So it's going to take us potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could take us a whole week to get through these if we carefully pick through. And that might not be worth it. But what we're going to do is we're going to see these chips. If these chips are favorable, there's no, tons of goblins or, no lost city, for instance, then maybe we can take a couple days and go, all out and just and cut the time down. So let's take a look at character 3, which is the elf. And I think we said the elf is heading to the deep woods over here. So he's going to hide twice, maybe 3 times. And he's going to move to here effectively. So he could do 3 hides and 2 moves effectively. So let's do that. So he has an extra hide, 2. He's on day 4. That's not ideal. Extra hide. Oh, geez. Okay, let's get to it. Extra hide, a hide, and a hide, and then 2 moves, and he's going to move into the deep woods. And we know, I think it's 5, and we know what clearing it is. And the magician has to actually figure out what the hell he's. The magician has to locate the vault or go kill them darn ghosts. So the magician's going to take his two buddies and he's going to go here. And much like everybody else, he is going to try to search for this darn ruins thing there. So let's do that. He will hide once, move into the ruins, and then search twice. And there you go. There's our moves for day 3. So let's make a monster roll, and then let's continue. Monster roll is a 4. That's going to change things up a little bit. It's giants and trolls. So if you see a gray hex, which is the ruins, you're going to see some trolls pop up and so on. Let's see who goes when, because that might be important. The magician will go first, the elf second, the black knight third, berserker last. The magician's move was hide, move into the ruins, and search twice. So we're all unhidden, and that's going to be important in a moment. Hide fails. He blows it. Walks in. Searches twice. He needs a 3, 2, or a 1. 3. Jeez, we've killed that roll over and over, so that's pretty cool. However, Bones C is going to bring 2 heavy trolls to well, the square they're both on. So bam and bam. And that's not ideal for anyone. Berserker's not super thrilled about it. What's the elf doing today? The elf is hiding 3 times and moving into the deep woods. So this should be pretty easy for him. Yep, he succeeds. He flips. He goes here. And let's see what's here. Smoke M, Smoke Mountains. The deep woods is a mountain tile. Go figure. Oh, and that's why. Lost Castle. Where's Lost Castle? Is it Lost Castle 1?
I do not know.
I'm going to say it's Lost, because that might play into it at this point. And they don't put that in this, so that's too bad. So Lost...
Can you like search for the lost castles?
Only in some cases, only with some of the quest cards, yes. So this could be great. It could suck. Like there's two possible ways this goes. It's probably going to do a little bit of both, actually. So I'm going to put the Lost Castle in 1. That's sort of arbitrary. The altar is in 1. Patter is in 2. Flutter is in 1. Now we're worried about gray hexes, if you remember. Howl's in 5. Vault is in 3. Ooh, interesting. The vault brings our the tremendous troll. And I mean, strangely enough, so far, though this seems awful, it's actually not bad for the elf. The elf is Troll Slayer, right? He wants to kill a troll. And I mean, that's as trolly as trolls get. So okay. And that's the elf's move. It is now the Black Knight's turn. Black Knight is hiding and moving into the cave there. He does hide. Move into the cave. It's always prudent to hide when you don't know what the chips are. And then when you do know what the chips are, it's usually prudent to hide. Ruins and the lair in 3. Nothing appears. The lair is a great treasure site, so the Black Knight is chomping at the bit. But it does suck to be in a cave, because it means that you're really, really slowed down finding it. And now the Berserker. Ugh. What is the Berserker's move? This is very important. He hides, then moves 3 times. If he fails his hide, he's going to get caught by these trolls. So let's see what happens with this hide. Nope, he doesn't fail. He goes 1, 2, 3, and done, and nothing pops there. And so we are now. That's it. That's the day, and we are evening time, and we have one battle, which is the um, the trolls and the swordsman versus and the magician versus the trolls here. Let's. Oh, this might be rough on the poor magician. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring down 2 sheets, one for each of his buddies, and we're going to check their stats. And technically it would be sort of this way, since these are the sheets of these guys. So what we want is, so these are heavy trolls. I'm surprised it doesn't have it on here, but these are heavy trolls. So, and they're armored. So the problem is neither of these guys can actually do enough damage to kill them like that, right? With poison, they can, because it adds a sharpness star to one of their things. So that's a good.
And the magician cast poison though.
Well, sure he can. Why would he have taken it otherwise? He has 8 gray, so that's what we're looking for. So we're looking for. So the magician has no one on his sheet. So in the encounter step, gray, type 8, and he can cast poison on one of these guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a chit. I don't know what chit, but we're going to take one. Let's take the weather storm chit, to indicate that this guy is poisoned up. So he casts in the the rogues each lure away their respective troll. He's going to flip to this side to not get hit. He's going to flip to this side to hopefully hit and kill him with his medium, heavy, tremendous attack. But that's dropped to heavy. Right? The magician, because no one's on his sheet, can cast. He casts poison. Here, that's done. We're using the benevolent spells optional rule, which allows you to cast spells on your natives because normally you can't. They immediately get pissed. But this is a good spell. Relax, please. And that's it. That's all he's playing right now. He will figure out next round if he does anything. So I think really the key is let's sort of see what happens. And hopefully I didn't think of this incorrectly. We don't want this guy to line up. He will kill him. That's really what we don't want to happen. Here, I think this guy wins automatically. So let's take a chance. So we're going to roll the troll to reposition the troll. We don't reposition this guy because he's on his own sheet. So 2 stays the same. 1 and 3 flip. Does the troll change tactics on a 6? He does not. So this guy, let's roll. Oops. The troll, 5. On a 5, everybody shifts down. Does that troll flip? He does not. Okay. So let's figure out all the attacks now. And we go in length order of weapon length. So weapon length is 4. So he's first. His attack is a 3 versus his move of 4. So this attack will hit. This attack will do medium, heavy, -1 star for the armor. So heavy damage. This troll is dead because of that poison spell. Which my understanding is That's my understanding. As someone said, look, if you use that optional rule, then poison for the magician's great because he's friends with the rogues, and now they can do tremendous damage to unarmored creatures. Like, huh, okay, let's do that. Right? This attack misses, and this attack is a 4 versus his 4, so it also misses. So these guys have missed. Next round, I'm going to lure the troll to his sheet, and he's going to do jack all, and he's going to snooze with the magician. And the magician's going to sort of hang out as well. And we're going to play just like this, and I think this goes exactly the same way. I think it's so 6, everybody shifts up, or right, everybody shifts up. So this goes down to here. Does he flip? He does. This guy's attack is faster because he's a 3. This is round 2, so we go by attack speed. A 3 is faster than a 5. This 3 undercuts the 4. He does heavy damage again. He kills a troll. Poison goes away. And the magician has killed 2 heavy trolls for a total of 15 prowess. On day 3. 15. And these guys all of a sudden became a huge, huge help. And magician just fatigued too. That was it. And that's the end of day 3. I do apologize. These are going to go super slow. Having said that, I always have fun with this because I do love that. That variety is wacky. Magician can't fight 2 trolls. Can't fight 1 troll. He could potentially I lost your brother, by the way. Your brother took off. He's like, oh, see ya. Goodbye. But now, right, with the 2 buddies, and it just I always love that about the game. So anyway, okay, let's figure out who's doing what. Berserker is still so the Berserker, actually, in my opinion, I think the Berserker is so no one wants to fight that tremendous troll. That tremendous troll is hard. It's not a good fight for the Berserker, by the way. Because your best move's a 4. So you can literally sustain that and then when you flip this, it's still a 4. The best you can do is a 4. You can never undercut him, right? So you literally have to dodge him, and it's a 33% chance each time, and you will slowly fatigue if you don't get it. So he can kill it for certain. It's just how many chits will he have to fatigue to do it? And will that guy get like a random hit? Because if you play this 4, then if you start hitting, you're good because you'll get this flipped. But that first round, you will not have it flipped, and so you'll have to play a super slow fight. In fact, strangely enough, actually, no, I take that back. It's a terrible fight for Berserker. He can't win because it's much like the White Knight. If you play that move age 4 to Asterix, you cannot play a tremendous fight. You can't do tremendous damage because he's armor. So you either have to get lucky, super lucky, early. God, I just don't think that's a good fight at all. I think that's a terrible fight. So he's going to avoid the shit out of that troll. He is like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. like being hidden is great and you get that one free shot, but every other round is just not good for you. So we're gonna avoid that like the plague. We're going to instead. We're still trying to kick envoy, so we're still trying to find the lancers. Would be good.
Fun.
So I think I'm going into the woods to check these woods. I think I'm going to actually go up to here, and I'm going to check these woods, and then from there I will decide what to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel bad. The vault's a good treasure site, but the altar is only a mediocre treasure site, and that demon is horrible. So I think the berserker's fine walking away from here. The elf might want to kill this guy, but then the berserker will come down and loot the place because he can open it, and no one else can. So I think the berserker's going up here. So 1, 2, 3. He'll hide once and move to Nutwoods. Hide once, move, and then a move into Nutwoods 5. Done. The Black Knight. What is the Black Knight doing? Oh, right. So we'll unhide because everybody starts the day unhidden. Black Knight's going to go to the lair. So hide, move, and I'll just put the lair. Since we know that that's there. Oof, that's a slow, long haul, man. Our elf? Ooh. The elf can run from the troll, so that's why he doesn't care. He is super happy about this. The elf is going to hide 3 times and wander in there. Heck, the elf could hide 4 times and wander in there. So he's going to extra hide. He's going to hide again times 3. And he's going to move into the vault. I'll just put that so we know what it is. And then the magician, petty off of his amazing fight there, and he's also found the ruins and wants to locate the vault and the small campfire and the ghosts. So he's had he is heading that general direction. So he's going to go 1. I don't think he likes the guard though. I think him and the guard are not super buddies. They are neutral. So there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He could just walk there and try the ghosts early. Assume that the elf's going to take a couple turns to actually kill anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe rest 1, 2.
Well, I don't want to stay. I don't want to be in the ruins if I don't have to. I'd rather get to here. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Rest? Sure. So move into Bad Valley 2. So move, Bad Valley 2, and then rest once. Sure. And I think that's fine. So we are done with day 4 for everybody. And now it is time to get us a roll. 3. Looks like goblins are going to pop here. And okay. Well, that could be a problem. Berserker, Black Knight, Elf, and Magician. Berserker hides, moves into Nutwoods. Oh, he fails the hide, but he does move into the Nutwoods. Flip this. It is Bones W. I don't think, though. Let's look. Might be woods. I might be wolves. Oh, jeez, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Berserker's not had great luck. Yes, it is. Oh, no, it is ogres. That's a little bit of a better fight for our poor Berserker. I'm going to say the poor Berserker, like he's, has a problem. But Berserker gets jumped by 2 ornery ogres. So we'll have that fight tonight. Who is next? It is the Black Knight. Black Knight is moving into the lair after he hides. He's screwed. He fails, and he is hosed. He's hosed. He might die. Because who comes? Well, just 6 of them. Oops. Oh, I thought they would all repile back on him, but no, that was sort of jerky of those goblins to not pile up. And they don't go there. No. They go directly on our guy, the Black Knight. So he's got a fight on his hands as well. Everybody's filling their hide rolls today. The elf is next. The elf's hiding 82 times. Really? That's what we're gonna do? I mean,
it's like the 7-sided die.
This is a perfect physics sim, guys. Perfect. Okay, let's try that again. It's definitely a cocked die. So he hides. He moves into there. So we have 3 fights tonight. And the magician goes there and he's going to rest a chip. So he's going to rest. He's going to rest this one because it's going to be more important to him to be able to cast to get the great magic back. So that's what he's got going tonight. So that is day 4. Day 4 is ugly, and we might lose one of our adventurers already in day 4. So let's do the battle we think is going to be the easiest here, which is our elf. So Troll's there. Well, he's not even on our sheet. I shouldn't even say that. The Troll's on his own sheet. So we'll just remember that. Troll's on his own sheet. Oh, this is the elf's going to play that. Since no one's on his sheet, he can play a fight and flip the bow to alerted side, and then he will play the L3 there to attack. Very simply, we already know how this goes. We've played this battle out 1,000 times. It actually doesn't matter where the troll ends up, and it doesn't matter, and the tremendous troll doesn't flip. So we can roll this all day, and one stays, these 2 switch. So he lines up. The elf does light, medium, heavy damage, right? -1. So he needs to roll a 1 on a single 6-sided die to kill the tremendous troll, because it's armored troll. So we were going to roll. Not even close. So now he has to roll 2 dice to stay hidden. A 6 will unhide him, and he is still hidden. That's round 1. We're going to play the same chits, alert the bow again. Same thing. Only this time we will also play a move, because we will try to keep the fight going a couple more rounds, and we have to fatigue to do that. So we're going to play these chits and fatigue probably the move. So let's roll and see if we have a 1 come up. Not even close. Do we become unhidden? No. So we are good, but we have to fatigue this move. Now what happens is we get another 2 rounds. So this is round 3. Same chits. No move this time, though. Come on, give me that 1. Oh my god, not even close. 2 dice. 5. He is not unhidden. And then I think this is because we start to run out of chits. We could play the chits and fatigue this fight. So we're going to do that. So we will play a move also, and we'll have to fatigue a fight at the end of this round. So we're going to roll. Come on, give me that. Oh, God. Okay. We are not hit. We're not unhidden. So we're going to fatigue this fight. So now this is it. We got 2 more rounds, because at this point we can't afford to fatigue stuff. So I'm gonna get. I'm gonna. Hold on. Let me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Okay. Do we unhide? We do not unhide. We have one last shot, and then we have to let combat end for the day. I need this die to, I need. Come on, let's get a one on here. Come on, there we go. Nope. Do you even roll a one? There we go. How's that? Ready? Okay, ready. This is it. This is the last chance. One. No, it's almost, but it's not a one. Do we become unhidden? I think it barely matters. Indeed, it doesn't become unhidden. We're just going to let combat expire for the night. If you go 2 rounds in Magic Realm with no one wounding, fatiguing, or dying, then the battle is ended. No filibusters in Magic Realm. The battle ends in 2 nights, regardless. Now that was very costly for the elf, and that's sort of the danger for that kind of thing. Now you'll see the elf is he's a great character, one of the best characters in the game. Minus the fact that all these wonderful magic chits are great, but he doesn't have a lot of fights and a lot of moves. Like, strange enough, the Woods Girl is better for that kind of thing because she has a lot more fights and moves. The elf with all these magic chits has more options in play, but ultimately tires out faster. So the elf is done. That's his fight. We have the Berserker and the Ogres. Berserker's unhidden, so this is actually sort of interesting. Let's go to the Berserker sheet over here. And let's put our Ogre buddies down. Let's get our weapon. Our weapon is unalerted. So we have T5s and H5s. Ugh, keys. Okay. Well, I'll be honest. This is... So we don't have to play a super fast move, so that's good. Nor do we have to play a great fight. So we can play this. We won't fatigue round 1. We're going to aim at this top guy here. I hate how big this attention shit is, by the way. So here's our target. So if this guy lines up, we kill him with our super long weapon. If they flip, we're still okay. Ideally, they don't flip. Ideally, this guy lines up, we kill him, and this guy doesn't flip because, well, we'll see. Let's see what happens. So, what we don't want, what don't we want? We don't want these two to switch. That tremendous damage is not cool. So let's see what happens. Heck, the Berserker could die. Should he run?
No. What would the Berserker do? Would he? The Berserker doesn't seem like the type to run.
Well, true, but I mean, this is he wouldn't hide either. But this is a game where you have to, where you have to do that kind of stuff. So let's see. If this guy lines up, we kill him before he hurts us. So that's easy. Mm-hmm. So that's a 1/3 chance. There's really a 2/3 chance we get out of this scot-free, and only a 1/3 chance that something bad happens, which means it's likely something bad.
Well, maybe the unfortunate Berserker will become fortunate.
But let's do this. Let's roll it and let's see. We're gonna play this and see what happens. So we roll 3. Oh my god, that is the worst roll that we could possibly have. So what happens is 3 stays the same, and these 2 boxes flip. So let's roll. Does he flip, change tactics? No. Does the second guy change tactics? No. So no one changes tactics. This ogre, we miss. Longest weapon misses because we were hitting this guy. This ogre slaps us, destroys the helmet, and wounds the Berserker. So Berserker takes a wound, and we're going to wound the T6. Done. Fortunately, though, our weapon flips because we missed. So now we can die. Like now it's death time. Like we actually have to pay attention to that. If we get hit again, we are dead. Um, Now I cheat and let the Berserker play his Berserk shit and just fatigue it, even though technically he has to alert it instead of a, it counts as to his, his effort limits. I always thought that was a little bit rough on the poor Berserker. But it really doesn't, I mean, if he, so here's the thing: if he can kill one, then it's a fine fight. But if he doesn't kill one, it gets progressively like more dangerous as we go. So let's see what happens at this point. So let's roll. Not a 3 though. 3, 5. So that means everyone shifts down, and now we roll to see if they change tactics. The first guy doesn't. The second guy does not. So now we go in weapon speed order. H4 goes first. We hit this guy with, tremendous damage, right? It's heavy plus. He is dead. So we've killed that guy. This guy misses. So now I think we're in fairly good shape. The weapon flips over though because we hit. And we are pretty much, I think, going to play this same thing because I think at this point, it's oops, didn't mean that. We got at this point, I think, I'm not sure exactly what the, oh, that's shift time or some garbage. Okay. So let's roll. Oops, come on, give me a roll. Here we go. 2. 2 stays the same. 1 and 3 flip. And now does he flip over? He doesn't flip over. We miss. He misses because no one undercuts anyone. Our weapon flips over and we start over again.
So is it just an insta kill this round?
If he flips, it's not an insta kill. So that's why. We just don't want him to flip. One stays. Well, now it's a kill. One stays in the same location. The other 2 flip. We now roll 2 dice to see if he changes tactics, which he does. Our attack is faster because it's 4. It hits him and does heavy damage. Done. And we have killed 2 ogres. We've only taken a wound, and that is 2 points plus 4 points. So 6 notoriety for the Berserker. He did lose a helmet, so that's a little crappy, but hey, whatever. It is 6 points. At H5 goes down, and there we go. And so we are done now. Now the last battle of the night. The night in the game, I suppose. Mm-hmm. It could be the last battle of the night, the Black Knight. So what we have here are goblins. So let's take a quick look at this. So we're going to have axe goblins. The axe goblins attack with a 4. If they flip, they attack with a 4. So we're looking at 4s effectively. So these are unplayable, these M's. So we just put them down here. They're not fatigued or wounded, and they can be. We can fatigue or wound these as normal. But since we're wearing the heavy armor, we can't play these 2 chips because we have H armor. All the rest of the chips we can play. So the only problem with this fight for the Black Knight is he can't undercut any of these guys. Until they flip. When they flip, if they don't flip, they can't damage him, which is sort of nice. But to not get hit by everybody, he has to play this move 4, and he can only do that for 2 rounds because he only burned 2 asterisks. And then it starts getting crappy. The nice thing is they won't gut his armor if they flip. Right? They will only damage him. They will not actually damage the armor. So that's good. He won't lose the armor. He might lose the shield, but he certainly won't lose the armor. And in fact, these guys, if they don't flip, do no damage to him at all when they hit. It really just comes down to how much risk is he willing to take. He could stand there and let the axe goblins smash him with their axes, hoping that his armor protects him. Because if they're on this side, Light Star does nothing to the Black Knight. Because you take the Sharpness Star off, that becomes a light attack. A light attack hitting armor does nothing. So he could literally sit there and take all those hits and take no damage and just plink away. Having said that, as soon as they flip, they damage the armor, or they don't damage armor, they damage the shield. And they wound him. So slowly but surely, when they flip, they will start to
attack him.
To gut him. Now, so I mean, it's not good. None of it's good. Let's understand something. It is. This is a bad battle. What he wants is he wants them all to flip at some point, and he can't even run. So forget that. He can undercut anyone who flips. He can undercut. So can he? Oh, that's a good question. He can't undercut them yet. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to play the move H4 first. We'll play it in the bottom box for giggles. I'm not going to play the shield. I'm just going to play the shield randomly. I mean, it doesn't really matter where I play it at this point. If they line up, so we're going to play one guy here. I'm going to target one guy. One guy there. 4 guys here. Because I got to play one in every box at least. I'm hoping that one of these guys maybe flips. I'm hoping to line up. So we're going to play the mace right there. And it doesn't matter what we play because we can't undercut anyone this particular round. So we'll play a big old H6 anyway. We'll fatigue a move, and that's fine. And what we're hoping to kill this one guy and that one of the other guys flips. Just one. This guy. And if that happens, then we might, we might be able to pull this off a little bit because we might have an easy run. So, but I think the knight typically does not win this fight. He might be able to cap a couple, but then something bad's going to happen. I can guarantee you. So let's see what goes on. Do I want to cover this shield with the move with the shield, or do I just not care? They can't damage. I'm just going to go with this because they can't damage my armor. So I'm just going to stick here. So let's see what happens. First thing is, let's see how they reposition. And what I want is, I would love a 4. I would love a 3. A 4 and a 3 is great. Everything else is okay, but there's a 1/3 chance that this box comes down. That would suck. So let's see what happens. 1 die first. 4. Everybody stays in exactly the same box they're in. That's good. Let's see if someone flips. Does this box flip? No. Does the second box change tactics and flip? No. Does the third box change tactics and flip? No, it doesn't. And I swear to you that rolling these dice, you get less sixes, but I don't know that that's true. So no one flips. So in order of weapon length, these guys are all longer. This guy hits the Black Knight, but does 0 damage because he does light, right? And it hits his armor. Nothing happens. And then he is killed by the Black Knight's counterattack. The Black Knight kills one and has to fatigue a move. That was an okay first round.
6 goblins that he's.
Yes. Indeed, there are 6 goblins that he is fighting. So, I think there's a 30% chance typically that any box will flip over. About, right? Mm-hmm. So, as a for instance, if he plays, let's say, instead of what he's playing, so he's going to aim at this guy again. If he plays the H5 to sort of save it, I think I'm going to do that. And I don't know if this is a good move or not, but I'm going to play the H5. And I'm going to save the fatigue, because I only have one more turn of fatiguing before I have to start. And I suppose my whole goal is, now the danger would be that this whole stack flips, because there's 3 guys here. And that would be 3 hits and 3 wounds, and all of a sudden it would have gone terribly wrong. I wouldn't mind one of them flipping and taking 1 wound. But let's see where this goes. So we're going to roll this die, and we're going to reposition, and hopefully, I hate to say it, I hope this guy stays here again. 4. Everybody stays in place. That is very good. So we're going to hit no matter what. Oh shit. Well, that was the bad roll, actually. It was pretty much the only thing that I was like, nah, I don't want to happen. But it happened. So there you go. And we're going to get this now 3 times. Everybody's going to, nope, he doesn't flip. And then this last guy is not going to flip. Or he's going to, yeah, he doesn't flip either. So let's go in order of speeds. So all these guys are going to go first because his attack is a 6, so he's super slow. These guys are going to hit the shield. So first guy hits, damages the shield. Second guy hits, breaks the shield. Third guy hits the armor and doesn't do anything to the armor. But the shield is gone, and the Black Knight takes 3 wounds. So 1. Ugh. 2. He's going to wound some fights, I think. And 3. I think actually the 2 asterisk, that's just not helpful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The M3 at least is helpful. This guy hits and does nothing. This guy hits and does nothing, and then is killed by the Black Knight. So the Black Knight at least dinged 3 of them, which is sort of nice. But ew. And frankly, so now we're in a position where we're getting hit by one of these guys, no matter what. And now we only have a 3rd chance to dodge all the damage incoming. So that is dicier, right? So now we have to think about what we can do. So we could either play our move h4 and hope beyond all hopes that this guy lines up, or that whoever lines up flips, right? That's sort of the goal. The goal is whoever lines up flips and we're fine. Or this guy lines up, done.
Sure.
The other option would be to, so if he flips, we could also try to play the fight M3 and literally let them hit us and try to kill a third goblin. But I actually think that might be premature. Let's play the move M4 and hope. And let's what do you I mean, it barely matters, right? It barely matters. If we play on him, he's going to hit us first because our fight is super slow. So we are taking another wound there, but if he does wound us, we're going to kill him. Let's stick with this and see what happens. And then we can hope. Let's hope. So let's hope for one thing that we don't get the worst possible roll. So 3 stays the same. These 2 flip around. So that's cool. I can deal with that. Now who turns over? Who flips? He does not. This box does not, which is too bad. That'd have been nice. Does this guy flip? That'd be great. No! God damn it. Okay. So no one undercuts us. Boom, boom, boom. So fine. This guy hits us. He's going to wound us. So we take another wound. What do we want to wound? Fight M4 is probably fight H5 is useless as fight. So we wound there. Then we kill this guy. Getting a little dicey, and we have to fatigue. So we're going to fatigue the move H5. So there you go. So we have one more round before we are always going to get hit. I think we're just going to play it like that again, and then we'll have to rethink after this round. So let's just play this. Hope for the best. Come on, give me 6. I don't like that roll. Everybody shifts up. That guy shifts down, and then we flip everybody. No. Okay, he does not. First guy doesn't. Second guy doesn't. Third guy doesn't. No, no one flips. Okay. We fatigue, but there's no injuries, right? No one undercuts us. We are good. So this has to go, and now we pull this. And so now, but we missed.
Do they wound you?
No, no one hits. We played an M4. So they all miss. And he hits me, but he hits me with heavy armor. He's light still. But now we're in a good position because now we're a fight M3. So, I mean, we can play this H5 all day. But what we're going to do is we're going to play one of these big M4s here. And we're going to hit him first. So what we hope is this guy flips. We hope this guy doesn't. Then we would take no damage. So let's see what happens. 2 stays the same. These 2 guys swap out. Great. Sucks. Okay. Let's see what happens as far as flipping. First box doesn't flip. Second box flips. Ugh, that's bad. That's not what we wanted. Let's hope this third box. No. Okay. Well, our attack goes off first, hits this guy, and kills him. So that's one piece of good news. It is. The two pieces of bad news are that, well, first, our weapon flips back. Secondly, these two guys hit us, and we have to wound twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wound this chit, and I'm going to wound this chit, strangely enough. And we don't have to fatigue, but we do take 2 wounds. And our weapon is now unalerted. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play, I don't care. I'm going to play this move. That's almost like playing nothing. I'm going to play this fight, and I'm going to target that guy. Oh, we do have an H6, by the way, but I'm not playing. Oh, I could play that too, I suppose. You know what? I will do that. I will do this instead for this battle. So now we're going to play a fight M3. Oh, because I need to be able to fatigue. So that's a good point. Oof. Okay. We can do this. This is not good, but we can do it. We're going to play them just like that. Sure. 2. 2 stays the same. These two guys switch because they're jerks. Okay. Been nice if that guy stayed down there, just because. Let's read the 2 change tactics rolls. He stays to dark side up. He flips. He does not flip. So we're first. We hit this guy. This guy is dead. This guy hits us. We are wounded. So we have to wound 1. Oh boy. We have to fatigue 1. So we do. We have to wound 1. We do. And okay. So done. Okay. Alrighty. Let's roll. Please stay there. Please stay in that spot. Everybody stays in that spot. Does that goblin flip or not? I don't even care at this point. He does not flip. We hit him first. We kill him. He is dead. We've killed all the goblins. We have to fatigue. We do. We pull this move chip back. The battle's over. Black Knight has killed all the goblins. The axe goblin. If they're spear goblins, he's stuck to a wall now somewhere. But these are axe goblins. And all right, hey, that was the fight. So he's going to get 1 point, 2 points, 3, 4. So that's 10 points plus 11. That's 21. 21 fame, notoriety, actually, is sort of how we count that. So that is 21 for him. He is really hurting, like bad hurt. And so he's going to have to rethink his strategy. And holy crap, that's a mess. I mean, he desperately needs to get back into the valley and then rest, really. But can't afford to really not hide. So he's in a rough spot. I'd be surprised if he makes it, but let's see. So let's take a look at all of our characters here at the end of day 4. The Berserker killed some ogres, but the Berserker is still looking to uh, find the Lancers, which he's no closer to finding the Lancers than he was before. But he could very well get into this high pass now, so maybe he's just doing it. Maybe. I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's a good use of time, but maybe it is. So let's hide and go into Borderlands 5. So hide first, Borderlands 5, and he gets an extra rest because he's going to bring this chit back to fatigued. Oh, the Black Knight, the poor Black Knight. He's on the lair. He's going to hide and move to Caves 5. That's sort of what he has to do. Is there any chit? He can do very, very little about his predicament. Once he gets to here, he's going to run to the valley. But that's a little ways to go. The elf, what's the state the elf? The elf's actually super tired and didn't kill the troll. Oof, boy, this combat's went great. um, okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move into Maplewood 7 for the elf. So move Maplewoods 7. He's gonna use his extra hide at that point, and then he's gonna get 2 rests in. And that is his turn. He is done. And the magician is strangely enough, the guy in the best position because he's using his lackeys to fight for him. Magician is going to. The magician like the guard? I don't think he cares about the guard. So the magician is going to. 1, 2, 3. He could hide and get in there. Now the problem with the ghosts is simply that. Well, I mean, he can fight. He can fight those guys. I think the magician's gonna hide and then move, and then move onto where the ghosts are. And that's his move. So I think we have our moves for day 5. We need to get a monster roll out the door. Giants and trolls. God, I am hoping the Black Knight lives. After that epic fight with the goblins, I really hope the damn Black Knight can make it out of the caves. The elf's going to go first. We have the Black Knight next, Berserker, and the Magician. So let's go to the elf's move. The elf is moving into the Nut Woods, or the Maple Woods. 7? That was dumb. And then he hides and rests. I know where he was going, fortunately. So the elf goes 4, actually. Maplewood 7 is this, the number of the tile. Let's see what's in the Maple Woods. The large campfire is in the woods. So that's cool. That's cool. Large campfire. Large campfire goes in 4 because it's the highest clearing that. And let's see, does anybody appear at the large campfire? Yes, the Lancers are at the large campfire. I'm sure there's a keybind for give me all these dudes. I just don't know it. So So first thing is, does the elf hate the Lancers? He is the enemy with the Lancers. Oh God. Okay. Well, yikes. A little bit of yikes for him. Um, is he hidden? Let's see. He does take his extra hide before he does a thing there. So let's see if he hides. If he doesn't hide, he's okay. He's hidden. So that's cool, and he is hidden, and he is in there, and he hates those guys. So, yikes. Not the best place to rest for him. So we'll have to think about that. Now the Berserker's all for it because the Berserker's like, well, Lancers, he can get the trade and get moving on that. So that changes up his strategy a little bit. But it is the Black Knight's turn. The Black Knight has to hide. Please hide. Oh my God, he does not hide. Okay. And he walks right there. Let's see what the monster roll is. It is giants and trolls. I think we're okay. Yeah, no gray. No nothing. So he's good there. So good start for the knight. Berserker. Berserker is moving into Borderlands 5 after a hide. Let's see what's in there. He hides. He goes to the 5. He draws Stink. That's going to draw something. And he draws the Lost City. That's going to draw something. So let's. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Maybe this is good. Maybe Berserker. Maybe Boss. Let's see. Slither 6. Howl 4. Gray hexagons are drawing today. Cairns in 5. Roar in 6. Statue in 2. So a lot of stuff going on. But only that stink chit is going to draw. Let's take a look at what it draws. Tremendous troll. Well, that is pretty damn uncool, actually. Now we are hidden. That is still not a good fight for the Berserker. It'd be a good fight for any character who could pull a time 3. But it's not a good fight for the Berserker. Actually, it's one of the few bad big fights for the Berserker. So he might have to get out of dodge here. I don't think anything else draws. It doesn't, so he's good. And the Magician is last. The Magician's going to hide and then go 3 into the ghosts. And we're hoping to... no, not at all. 1, 2, 3. Actually, darn, he should have hid twice and moved there because the ghost will prowl. So if I was smarter, that's what I would have done. Instead, he waltzes right into the goddamn ghosts. And that's it. That's our day. I mean, we're not going to fight the Lancers, so we're good there. The elf is just going to quietly not stay there, but he might move into Lindenwoods tomorrow. See if his ally, the Woodfolk, appear because the Lancers aren't going to appear. They're busy. So that might be good for him to move up there instead and then take a rest. Black Knight has nothing. I think the Berserker is going to just stay hit and hang out. And actually, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to use the slightly cheesy, he's going to run out of the clearing. That way he's in daylight tomorrow. That is a little bit of a cheesy move, but it is allowed under the rules that he entered this cave through this direction. So when he goes out here, he's in between the two clearings. And if he's in between, he's actually outdoors. So he gets his full 4 phases. We'll use that to get him back. Because he's going to have to go back hit up the Lancers, probably dump the Locksmith. I don't think this is a valid path for him anymore. He'll get Envoy done. He will dump the Locksmith, pull new quests, and start the game sort of anew once he gets to the campfire here, which he still has to go through a troll, by the way. So, still dicey, but we'll see what happens. That means our one fight today is the ghosts versus the magician and his buddies. So these ghosts can kill his buddies. That is absolutely the case. The ghost can definitely kill his buds. But so if we put the denizen here on either side, he's going to do medium damage, and medium damage is going to kill this damn ghost. If the ghost flips, he can't kill he only does light damage, can't kill that guy. So I think we put them both here like this. I think this is an auto win for the boys over. I mean, we might have to fatigue because we might have to force a fatigue, but I think this is a pretty easy win. And hell, the funny part is we can actually assist one of our boys with our negligible star dagger because we'll overstrength it. We'll do light star. That's medium damage, enough to kill a ghost. So even the magician's getting in with his very, very sharp penknife there that he got. Okay, so I think this is it. This is where we're going. Where's this guy end up? This guy ends up switching. And then we roll 2 dice to see if he flips, and he doesn't. Okay, so we'll go down here. Let's roll this. 2 stays the same, so he goes down all the way to the bottom. Let's roll to see if he does flip, which he did. Actually, I rolled a 6. So he flips. Okay, so let's adjudicate this one first. He has the longer weapon, and he undercuts his move. He does medium damage. The ghost is medium. The ghost is dead. Done. This guy, we have the longer weapon here. He misses because he does not undercut his move anymore, and he misses. We don't undercut. We also miss. Everyone misses. This ghost is still alive and still there. Oh, the ghost, by the way, the ghost undercuts this guy. But since he only does light damage on this side, he hits this guy, and this guy takes medium damage to kill. The ghost does nothing. That's the one good thing, actually, about the denizens. When you fight with natives, I mean, there's no wounding. And so, a lot of these plays you can look at and go, well, if he flips, he does light damage. My guy's medium, nothing. So, and if he flips back, we kill him. So that's why these are sort of auto kills, sort of. That's the first round, and we did make a kill. So we are going to let's just ensure the fight ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy. We're going to let the ghost. We'll lure the ghost, but then we'll deploy our a denizen to his sheet like that. We will deploy our boys here. This boy will be attacking or attacked. So there you go. We will deploy. When you deploy, everybody has to roll and flip. Like your denizens. When you play a native on its own sheet, you get to choose the side, and he will stay on that side. And you get to choose the maneuver, and he stays in that maneuver box. When you deploy your natives, and they are on the denizen sheet, the monster sheet, everybody has to roll and flip. And in fact, the natives can be super stupid. They can actually overlap each other. They could all go to the same box. So we could all miss. is what even though there's 3 attacks. And I've seen it happen. So so let's roll for the Denizen first. So he will roll as normal. 3. So the 3 box, everybody's targeting him by the way. The 3 box it stays the same, and then these 2 boxes shift. Does the Denizen flip? He does not flip. So he stays like that. Now, everyone else on his sheet, except for me, I never have to. These 2 guys have to roll to see if they move, and they do that separately. So I'm going to roll for him, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We won't even. I'm looking for a 3 or 4. We'll put him here, and there you go, 4. I wonder if you. So I wonder if you could like watch this die enough that you can go. Well, it's going to roll a 2. Like if you can get your eyes fast enough, right? Anyway, so he stays there. Let's see where he goes. He goes here. And let's see if the first guy flips over. He doesn't. Let's see if my second native flips, and he does not either. So what happens is this native hits this guy for light damage because this monster hits this guy for light damage. But light damage is not enough. Our swordsman is medium. I miss. He misses. He hits. He does medium damage and kills the ghost. The magician scores 6 points of prowess, and the ghosts will come back at the end of the week. They always do. But we are 6 more points in the black on notoriety, which is we call it prowess with the quest game. And the reason I collapsed fame and notoriety because they're both fighters categories, and the categories where you can score points are gold, prowess, learned spells, and treasures. So I figure gold and treasures are anyone. Spells are mostly for mages, and the prowess is mostly for fighty people. And so that evened out the categories. Whereas if fame and notoriety, I figured that was both sort of doubling up on the fighters a little bit. At the end of the game, whoever scores the most victory points wins. Every card that you complete, which, by the way, the magician did complete the card for Ghost Hunter, so he scores a victory point, which I record under fame, typically. So let's look at Ghost Hunter real quick. Ghost Hunter is kill both ghosts. You get a VP. Return to the chapel for an additional roll. And that could be either Ghost Hunter, which is 10 prowess additionally, and the ghosts no longer block or battle you or prowl on you, or the Fractured Grail. Treasure produces white magic, but at the end of the day, it's used, you must roll, and on a 6, the Grail is destroyed. I don't know where the chapel is. I will write that he has completed Ghost Hunter and can return to the chapel. Ghost Hunter chapel for reward. So he scored the VP already, but he could go to the chapel and turn in his Ghost Hunter for a special widget. Now, unfortunately, where the hell is the chapel? I don't. They are here. So the chapel is here. And the chapel removes all curses. If the Sacred Grail is the same, the tile turns over. I didn't know that, actually. That's cool. So how do you get there? You effectively have to go through this troll and the borderland, and then you can get to the chapel. So I suppose, very simply, I don't know how I feel about that. I might just leave that one alone, pending the rest of my moves here over the course of what cards I get and so on in the coming days. Okay. And indeed, does get to draw another card at the end of the day after he fights. Gift exchange. Give a treasure to a group you're friends or allies with. That's good because that's a free victory point. If he can just find a goddamn treasure, he would be in such good shape. So let's check everybody's status. Berserker's fine. Berserker could use to rest. And I think he did rest, right? He moved into Borderland 5. Did he do a thing? Oh, he got jacked by the troll, but he was in Borderland 5 and he got to rest. So he moves this to fatigue. Done. I didn't take his last action there. The Berserker, I think, is going to the Lancers. So he's going to go and move up into the Lancers and try to essentially. I mean, this sucks a little bit, but he can either hide through this. So I think that's what he's going to do. And the Lancers is going to get him the Envoy. And then when he's here, he can trade, turn in the. The locksmith quest and burn it and get a new card. In addition, I mean, he might get lucky and be able to hire the Lancers. I don't think so. I don't think he has enough cash. And if he did, they would definitely be able to help him against the Troll. Now, not kill him. Troll's tremendous and armored. I don't know although maybe HQ. I don't think HQ is any different. No, HQ. Oh, no, that's one. Hold on. No, Lancer HQ doesn't do anything particularly special. In terms of damage. So they can do heavy damage, but they can't do tremendous damage to an armored creature. But they could tie him up incessantly while the Berserker tries to line up the shot. And that would be their value to him in this case. In fact, I hate to say it, but it might be worthwhile to go grab a rogue and try to cap that troll. Because this rogue has a move 4, and that means he can't be auto hit by the troll. So it's literally a 33% chance for the troll to hit, and a 33% chance for the Berserker to hit. So it's sort of that 50-50 shot there to try to gut this guy. But I think the Berserker is going to head back. So let's write his move. He's going to hide and then move twice into those mountains. So he's going to hide. He's going to move and then move into the mountains. I don't know and then he's going to take his extra rest and get that shit back. That's our Berserker, our Black Knight. Oof. Okay. Well, he's going to do exactly what he's doing. He's gonna hide once and move once again. Hide and then move into the ruins. And if he does, he's golden. He's gonna make it. And if he doesn't, he will probably be caught out and killed. Our elf. Did we do I don't think we did the elf's rests, which is weird. See, I am really, really fussing on this game here. I'm not doing a very good job. So because we rested twice. And actually, I think I'm going to pull the move back and strangely enough, the fight first. And then these are my type 3 chits, and these are my type 7s. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put them like this so that I can remember which is which. Oh no, I have too many goddamn type 3s. Well, that stinks. Here we go. 2 type 7s. That's super awkward to have a move up there, but I'm going to live with that. Except that 2 of these were fatigued. So what the hell am I doing? Oh God, sorry. Mental, I totally fuzzed out. Um, we'd burned this guy and this guy. This guy was still burned, I believe. So those are fatigued. Because we cast the wispy thing. I think we cast the wisp thing, right? And the wisp guide is 7 gold. So there's a 7 and there's a gold. And those are fatigued. We move these two back. We are done with the day. Now, what the hell is the elf going to do on day 6? On day 6, so I'm making tons of mistakes. I totally apologize. On day 6, our elf is going to move up into the Linden Woods. So he's going to take his excess hide. He's going to move 2 into Linden Woods 4. Move. Uh, Linden Woods 4. So that's 2 moves, and then we're going to rest twice again. Done. So that's the elf's move. He wants to see what's up there before anything else. He wants to get his rests in. We do still have the magician to deal with. And I think the magician, 1, 2, 3, into Bad Valley. Move into Bad Valley. And he will rest once just to get himself rested up. And he could use a treasure, really. And so he scored a point. The elf hasn't. The Black Knight has. The Berserker has not. And I think our cards are up to date, except the Magician now has, instead of Ghost Hunter, the Magician now has Gift Exchange. So that means he has to give a treasure to one of his allied or friendly dudes. In exchange, he will get one of their treasures, and he will score a victory point. That's great. It's like a free. It's like it's a. All he has to do is get with a buddy, and that's like a free point for him. So let's do this. Let's get this day done here. So we need a monster roll first. 1 dragons, and the first time dragons appear, they are the red diamonds. Red diamonds. It's like Lucky Charms, for Christ's sake. Unlucky Charms. Frosted Unlucky Charms. Let's pull chits. Berserker is first today. Black Knight is second. The Elf goes third. The Magician goes fourth. So the Berserker hides, moves into the mountains, and rests. Hides. Does not hide. Moves into the mountains. He will do a rest. Let's rest his chit. How are we missing a goddamn chip for the Berserker? That is super weird that we're missing one of these. T4, T5, T6, T4, H5, H4. 2 T4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We are missing a move. There it is. Move H5. Done. So we have that. Okay. So we rest. All our chits are rested. Now we have to see what the hell comes up. The diamond, Slither 3. So that's going to draw. Slither 3 is going to draw, I think, these guys. That is, should be 2 of these, right? Oh, just one. Just one heavy dragon. There's 2 snakes there. and one heavy dragon. So not the best, but it doesn't go on the Berserker himself. I think the Berserker's okay with this turn of events for now. Um, the Black Knight is hiding. He does, and goes there, and no red diamond there. So we are in a good shape. I think tomorrow he runs for the exit, and just gonna hide out at the inn or something, and lick his wounds, which are plentiful. The elf is hiding, moving up to the Lindenwood and resting twice, which will get all of his stuff at least back. He moves into Linden Woods. Let's see if he succeeds in his hide. He does. And it is ruins. So, I don't think there's anybody. There's no campfire or anything, but I'm pretty sure nothing actually attacks us because we're on dragons, and wolves would have been the bad roll there. Magician goes here, I believe, and then he's going to rest. He's going to bring this last chip into play. So we are also somehow missing a chit. That's our fight L3. Oops. We do have to watch and clear our boards once we complete a fight. It's we're getting a little wonky with that. And we're going to need to see. So if we want to do that, pull off that gray magic crap again, we're going to have to convert this chip. So we will consider doing that here in the next day or so. But that is a fairly quiet day for the heroes, actually. No one is hurt, or no one is attacked. No monsters to deal with quite yet. Oops, that didn't go in the bag. There we go. Everybody seems to be back in action, and it is now time for the next day. It is day 7. So there is white and black magic in all clearings. I don't know that that helps anyone specifically, because our magician doesn't have any black magic spells, any type 5s. So I don't think it's a big deal for us. I think the ruins are gray, if I recall. Oh, why does it do that? Why does it flip? Why does it flip a 30-degree flip when we pick it up? I just stay in the same way that you are. But yeah, it's gray magic as the valleys are. This is purple. Yeah, okay. Just thinking of what's what. So let's see what that means. So the Berserker could get to here and hide, as a for instance. And then, it would take a day or two to get through there. So I think our goal is Mountain 4. So we're going to hide once, move, and move into Mountain 4. So that is his goal. The Black Knight, his goal is literally going to be 1, 2. I think he's going to move 2. Who can show up at the inn? The patrol can, and he doesn't care about the patrol. He doesn't want to get attacked by the patrol. He can also get the company. The company, he loves the company. I think he's going to risk it. He's going to move twice. And that's, so he's going to move twice, move to the inn. And I hate to say it, man, he needs to rest. He's got a long haul ahead of him. Got to lick those wounds. The elf, it was fruitless to come up here. It didn't really help him much. But the elf is rested. Um, Fleetfoot and Wisp Guide. So none of those really help him. I think the elf is going to. I think he's going to assume that his luck's going to get better. So he's going to hide 2 hides, 3 moves. So extra hide, move, move into the vault, pretty much. And he's going to try to cap that troll again. He still has Troll Slayer. That'll be his thing. And our magician friend, he has to locate the vault. He has to find the small campfire, and he has to perform a gift exchange. So he would love to find a treasure. Where can he find a treasure? Is there anywhere where there's a treasure where it's not a shit show, effectively? And the answer is, well, not the altar, maybe. Magician's also great at learning spells. I think he took Remedy, which he did. So he can break a curse if he happens to be unlucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would cost him 7 moves to get there first. I do think that the magician is going to spend his day here and he's going to do a spell X, which is a wasted phase, and a spell phase, which is enchant phase. I think they call it nowadays. You kids and your enchant phases. That's going to flip this shit over to gray. That allows him to cast his poison if he needs to. It allows him to cast remedy if he needs to. So albeit so those are his 2 first phases, and then frankly, I think he's going to. I think he's just going to hide and move at that point into ruins 2. So, oh no, yeah, hide and move ruins 2. So I think we're done. I think everybody has a move for day 7. Now, so the one thing to note is that on day 7 and every 7th day, whatever I roll regenerates and comes off the map. So let's roll this monster roll. 4 giants and trolls. So fascinatingly enough, we go and pick all the trolls off the board. So these guys go. This guy comes off the board. Now he might be respawned instantly. That's actually the vault guy. Hold on. It doesn't matter. These are the same, but we put them in the wrong place. So there you go. Those guys come off the board. Anyone else? Technically, the Lancers come off the board. The Lancers come off the board? I forget if natives come off the board or if they just regenerate. But let's pull them off the board. They're off the board. They might come back. Who knows? All right. That does change the Berserker's life, by the way, a little bit. That would be something I think I would look up if I were not streaming. But streaming, let's just say that the natives can come off the board also. They would regenerate for sure. So let's just, we'll roll with that. Could be a mistaken ruling, and I'll check after the game and go with that. So we got giants and trolls. Trolls all come off the board. Lancers come off the board, and let's do our moves for day 7. First is the elf. Second is the Black Knight. Third is our Berserk friend, and the fourth is our magician. So the elf has 2 hides, 3 moves to the vault. So that troll's not going to stay for long. So first hide is successful. So 1, 2, 3. We are at the vault, and we immediately draw the tremendous troll again from the vault to the elf's clearing. So right there. And we are done with the elf. The Black Knight is unhidden. He moves twice to the inn. And then he starts his long process of resting. And man, did he get his butt kicked. First thing I'm going to do is with these 2 rests, we're going to pull Wounded Chits straight back. So those are his 2 rest phases. He's done. So we're going to start trying to pull wounds off, and we are done with the Black Knight. Berserker. The Berserker is going to hide and move to there. And I don't know. So he does hide. So we'll flip him, and he goes there, and I think we pull nothing. And then finally, the Magician is going to enchant his gray color right there. He hides. So let's roll some hide dice. He moves there. He doesn't hide, actually. But he does move into there. That's going to draw. Maybe. I think it draws. It does. It draws bones. Cave. Bones C. So those are heavy trolls, man. Unlike this time, though, our boy's not hidden. So that's going to suck a little bit. So we do have those 3 guys there. Or 2 guys there. And, well, I'm not super excited about this fight. This is a little bit shittier than the last one. If you remember, the Magician took out the 2 trolls first. And he did so with poison. But he did so, he was hidden, and so could well, I mean, maybe actually that doesn't matter, right? So I think we are here again. And we still have a week with these guys. I think we're turned to this side. And I think this side, if I recall. And we're going to draw. So we're going to lure. So both of his guys lure somebody. That takes them off of our sheet. So the Magician now is free to cast 7 or what, 8? What is that? 8 gray poison. I believe. Is that 8? 8 gray, yes. 8 gray poison. Type 8 is the malicious gray poison. So I'm going to take a poison chit. Storm. And we're going to cast on this guy. And remember, we're using the native rule. The natives will not attack us and become unhired because we cast a buff on them. They were going to happily take buffs from us. We're playing this guy on this side to avoid getting hit. We are playing this guy on this side to hopefully kill his guy. Because we can only poison one ship there. Poison is a item for a day, and done. Yeah. So this guy is now doing medium plus damage. So when we take the star off, that's medium plus, that's heavy. That will kill these heavy trolls. So, all right, that's where we're at. That's what we do for our action phase. He's now done. We roll for these 2 Yutzes. This troll's going to, goes here. Does he flip? He does. Let's flip him. Done. We would love this troll to move. This troll stays in that location, so that's actually bad for us because I think our guy is dead here. He does not flip. So what's going to happen is, let's do these in order. This is the longest attack. It undercuts the troll's move and does heavy damage. That troll is dead. This guy, however, hits the troll, does medium damage, or no, light damage, doesn't do anything to this heavy troll. On the other hand, this guy intercepts, he does medium damage to our medium rogue and kills him. So, wah wah, our rogue is dead. Um, we're going to lose 2 notoriety for him when we get to that step. So, we're going to record it right now that we got -2. And we'll have to figure out what we end up with here at the end of the day. So now I will have our troll be lured to his sheet, and we'll play this exactly the same way as last time. So we roll the die 3. So 3 stays the same. These 2 boxes flip. We now roll. No one shifts. And then we have pretty much the same deal. So this guy's attack is fastest. The second round, so we go fastest. Fastest attack. Undercuts his move. Does heavy damage. The troll is killed. And so we've killed 2 trolls. The poison goes away. This denizen comes back to us. And these 2 guys go back to... They had a very, very short-lived resurrection. And now they're dead again. And the nice thing is we get 15 plus 15 prowess, but that's actually only plus 13 because of the death of our friend there. There you go. Rogue 7 is dead. So let me mark that just because. Rogue 7 dies. And that's -2 notoriety. Rogue 7 was hired. Rogue 7 was killed. There you go. But we managed to kill the trolls, and we are back in business. So all good. I don't. Oh, there's one more battle. The elf is going to take on the tremendous troll. So we will put him up here, even though he's technically not on our sheet. So this battle is going to effectively go. We can push this battle 2 rounds, and then we have to make a decision, and that decision is whether to fatigue. And so let's just do that. It's pretty trivial. We play fight chits to alert this bow, and we play a fight chit to shoot it. We don't have to play a move because we are hidden. So we are using the ambush rules. Every round we roll. If we roll a 1, the troll is dead. If we roll a 6 on the hide roll, we are unhidden. Let's first roll a 1. No, we didn't. Did we roll a 6? Yes. There you go. We don't kill the troll. We are now unhidden. The troll spots us. We now play a move L2 and we get out of dodge. Done. So there you go. That was actually a super easy battle for the elf. He ends up in the clearing, the path between these 2 clearings. The troll's still there, and that's it. That is the day. That was day 7. That was day 7. What are we doing here? Oh, gift exchange. So I think he's making his way to the altar. So what I do need to do is I do need to take 5 minutes. Quick break. And then we will check in on our guys here and get our day 8 rolling. So let me quickly do a be right back. And I will indeed be right back. It's coffee, it's restroom. Eat in the night. I All right, I'm back. I got some sparkling water. You know, we're very pinkies out here at the McGowan household. Um, it's just what it's bubbly. It's strawberry, which is okay. It's not great, but I found in my as I get older and drink more sort of less sugar, I can't drink pop anymore. It totally drives me nuts. So 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 this is where we're at, and I definitely think the Berserker hides twice and goes into the troll, right? And maybe he would even try to make a deal with the elf there, um, to go in and fight with him and give them a little bit better chance to kill that damn thing. So he's going in for sure. The Black Knight, really? Well, okay. First off, let me real quick check. I do have to quick check. No one shows up at the inn. And the rogues do. He does roll. He does. We do have to roll the rogues with the Black Knight to see if they dink with him. Now he only rolls one die because he is so fearsome, and they don't dink with him. He'd have to roll a 6. So that's the danger in resting there is that the rogues are neutral to him. Um, so let's see. We do need to get some move chits back. So we're going to rest 4 times. Rest, 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 rest. Done. And that's going to get us back 4 asterisks, move them over. So we will do that then. That's an easy move for our Black Knight there. I think our elf is going to move, hide 3 times, and move back in. I think he will, essentially. So he's going to move, he's going to X hide, and then hide, and then hide, and then move back into the vault again. And I think he and the barbarian might tag team the damn troll because that troll's been sort of gumming that area up for quite a while. And then I think our magician friend. Our magician friend here. I mean, he really ought to rest twice and respell up, but which is sort of a magician problem, is that man, he needs that thing bad. He needs that spell to be exactly what it is every time. And that means largely pulling these chips back. So it's 4 phases every time he does that poison cycle. He wastes a day, effectively. Um so maybe hide 1, 2, 3. He could locate the vault. He's not going to kill the tremendous troll even with that sort of goofy plot. 1, 2, 3. Here's what he's going to do. I think we're going to. So let's hide once. Let's move once into the mountains. Let's move twice to mountain 4. So we're going to hide, move mountain 4, and then we're going to rest. And there you go. And that's it. That's the day. And let's get this on the road here. So let's come on. We're gonna get here we go. Let's get a roll for a monster. 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopus. That was a 3. Doesn't matter. It's a darn 3, damn it. Okay. And let's do order is Berserk, Black Knight, and the Magician is last. The Berserk hides, moves. So we're gonna start the day on hidden, of course, because you always start the day on hidden. Oops, that's not really. We just flipped it. We didn't actually. He does hide. He moves in to the troll, so he is ready to fight the troll, and he is done. Black Knight rests 4 flippin' times. Let's just pull 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Oh, and that couldn't have been fatigued. So I must have screwed that up somehow also. So let's move that into the wounded. I don't know if I moved it in. So let's do that. He is done. The elf is moving. Oops, roll. There we go. He is moving. He is hiding. He's moving back in. So we get the elf and the berserker in there. And then the magician is hiding, moving twice, and then he's going to rest one of these chits. Probably the one. Oh, jeez. Probably the one that turns to gray. That's always vaguely more useful. I find. God, I would love to lock this card, but I, and I technically have at some point. Locked. Done. Okay. No, that's not good. Unlock. Damn it. Were you not all on top of the damn thing? Okay. Now I want to move you all gently down to here-ish, and then I want to lock you. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Tabletop sim. I sort of wish. Oh, well, whatever. Can wish all day. It doesn't mean nothing. So okay. There we go. We are done there, and he has rested, and he is, I mean, fine. He's good. He could use some power back. We do have to figure out. So the one thing I did not do, and let me real quick check. So the first thing is the patrol does appear. At the inn with the Black Knight. And I put them backwards, so that sort of stinks. Go. And they all appear there too. The second thing is, let's check real quick, because we may have screwed up. We have to check for goblins and shit in the as this move occurred. So that's my fault again. I'm getting a little fuzzy, so I need to sort of suck it up a little bit here. So who went first? Berserker went first and moved in. He's going to get a howl and a patter. Jesus, that's going to change this whole fucking map, by the way. So I'm glad we caught that. So a howl is this crew. And they actually come in order. So they come patter first. And then howl. That so doesn't matter at this juncture, by the way. And I'll tell you why. Because the elf hides and wanders on in, and then these guys are roaming, and they all just pile on in with that dude. So that is a total hose job now. Yeah, no one's. I mean, that's a death, except for the elf. So the elf still has something to do if he wants to. Now the question is, what's he going to do? But he could shoot and hope to rack up either goblin kills, which maybe he could, or he could rack up and try to get that troll. The troll is sort of his thing because that's his quest is to kill that flippin' troll, um, which presumably is never dying. that troll, that troll slayer, that was bad. My son Nick was in here and he's like, "Yeah, turn that in." I'm like, "He can kill a troll someday." So, okay. In the evening, we have one potential fight. That potential fight, um, it looks like so. Let's check the patrol on the Black Knight first. The Black Knight doesn't love these guys, but doesn't he's not hated. But he does have to roll for both groups. He rolls a single die. No problem with the rogues. No problem with the patrol. No one's going to try to kick him out. So now we simply have the elf. The elf could rack up points. Let's check the elf. The elf's earned god awful nothing so far. He is behind pretty much everybody in notoriety right now. In fact, the magician is kicking the hell out of the rest of the team here, and the elf has nothing. So I think what the elf is going to do. Um, oh, there's a lot of dudes, just a lot of them. A lot of them. But he can use the ambush rules, and as long as he stays hidden, he can shoot a guy and maybe kill him. And he can probably rack up one or two or three before he is totally caught out, essentially, here. And then when he's caught out, frankly, he can run. He has the capability to do that. Now, the only problem is he has to continuously run back here. And so it's a little bit of a game where he keeps dinking back and forth in there. So that's something to consider, but he could certainly manage this. Or he goes for the troll and he goes for the one. If he rolls the one, he kills the troll. And that's going to give him this goddamn Troll Slayer card, which I should have just discarded the first day, by the way. Also, I do note the layer popped. So I should actually, and I haven't done this, but since the layer popped, in theory, the damsel in distress is at the lair. So that we should keep in mind that the fleur de lis or whatever the saints symbol for the New Orleans Saint is damsel. Okay, let's toss this. Hold on. So there you go. So this symbol's the damsel, and the damsel's home, which I don't think we marked either, did we? I don't think we did. Is what? A random dwelling, I believe, for this quest. We might as well mark it since it's here and it popped a while ago, technically. Put a marker on a random dwelling. So yes, random dwelling. Six. Well, this damsel is at the small campfire. That's sort of Like, what? And she's here, and her home is there. So there you go. It's all there. So let me make sure that's a thing. Um, I think the elf's going to take the easy kills for now. So we're going to take these sword goblins, and we're going to put them here. And I'm going to be a little cheesy rolling this for expediency. So to kill a medium guy, right? So the elf is doing light, medium, heavy damage. He can roll everything but a light, medium, right? We're doing light, star, star if we're flipped, right? Yes. So we need to still do medium. So we can roll anything but a 5 or 6 will kill this guy. Which is great. Anything but a 5 or 6 kills one, and then we have to roll to stay hidden. So let's do that. So let's roll 3. He does kill one. Does he become unhidden? No. Second guy. Ambush kills him. Does he become unhidden? No. Third guy, and this is where the elf is. Awesome. Oop, let me roll that again because I was sort of flipping it. There we go. That's what I want. I want a good roll there, a good spin. Nope. He shoots a third guy down. Remains unhidden. Fourth guy. Kills him. Is unhidden. So he does great. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, we're on to you, elf. And the elf plays his move L2 and gets the heck out of Dodge. Like, no doubt about it. He is out of there. There we go. Oh, I really don't want. There we go. Okay. So you're in between. Whoops, in between. There we go. And these guys are all here. And I'm going to put the Berserker on top. We are unhidden, and we flee. So the elf scores some easy-ish points. 10 notoriety for that. Oops. Let me try that again. I'm getting a little bit antsy. There we go. 10 notoriety for that little fiasco. And since we killed someone every round, no needless fatiguing or anything like that. So that was good. That was a good play for him, I think. Gets him on the board for the notoriety. Berserker sort of has to decide what to do because his buddy the Lancer is left. It sort of stinks for him. I think he's getting out of dodge, though, so he's going to move into 2 and see if the Lancers are there, because that envoy would be good. So he's going to move to the large campfire, and he's going to, hide and hide just for giggles, and I think that's it for him. The Black Knight still needs 4 rests, so rest, done. The elf, I hate to say it, but God, maybe the elf continues his reign of terror a little bit and sees what he can do. No one's drawn a piece of treasure. Like, we've found nothing in this game, which I find that fascinating. Usually someone's looting something by now. We've just not done a good job of doing that. I think the magician is going to hide and get in, but I think that our berserker here is going to get out of dodge. Our elf is going to move, hide, and move back in. I think I think he's going to just repeat his move. X hide, 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 move into the vault. And he's going to shoot more guys. I mean, either if he goes after the troll, so be it, um, or he'll just shoot more dudes. The magician's going to move, move, move. I think the magician will hide, move. Spell X and spell and get this back to gray, and then next time he will rest it, hopefully, um, slowly making his way to where he needs to go, I think. And that's day 9 for everybody. And we put the chits back in the bag there, and we're going to roll a monster roll. And I sure hope the goblins aren't prowling today, but we do get bats. So the orange circle. I'm sure there's an orange circle here. Yep. Oh, God, 2 of them. Oh, this hex is a disaster. It's becoming more of a disaster as everybody moves around in there, I think. So let's see. Elf is first, then the knight, then the berserk, and then the magician. So the elf moves, hides, which he does, flips back into, well, not there, but back there to fight again. But that's going to bring 2 boxes of into Flutter 1 and into Howl 5. Not the best situation, especially for the magician who sees himself wandering right into that mess. The knight. We're going to take our fight M3, so that's 1 rest. 2 rests. 3 rests. 4 rests. Done. Okay. Berserker. Moves, hides. He's like, well, thank goodness it's not me around those darn bats, but nothing appears because we don't have visitors there. We do them with the cards. And please hide, magician. Yes, the magician hides and goes 1, 2, I think. Well, he moves once, right? Does he just move once? Oh, that stinks. He moves once and then he gray magics, which is great. But so then what happens? Every flippin' bat in on the tile then piles on him. So it just makes this hex more dangerous than it was before. But that's the day, and I don't think we necessarily have a fight if we don't want to. But I think the elf wants to. I think the elf is tired of this. He's tired of your mess. He's tired of your noise. He can kill probably half these goblins in here. If he lucks out. Um, Now if I'm over this, can I grab 6? No, I can't. It's not a deck. So he did kill 4 of those sword goblins previous. I think the elf is going to be really I think the elf's going for this troll again. See, I want to score that point so bad. I do. I want to score that damn point. So, I mean, I hate to, and don't get me wrong. If you're watching this to learn to play Magic Realm, I do apologize because we're largely just fudging this based on how we know this is going to go. Since we know the elf can run and we know he's going to stay hidden, we can pretty much just roll the one chance. So he rolls, he doesn't get the one. Does he hide or not? He stays hit. Second round of combat. He's going to, no, that's not the roll. He rolls. He doesn't get him. Does he stay hidden? He does not stay hidden. He then plays his L2 and he is going to run. And actually, knowing what I know, he would probably have to fatigue in both of those cases because of sort of how the chits would go. So the elf does run. The elf is fatigued. So the elf will have to sort of rethink his strategy there tomorrow. And there we go. So that's where our characters are sitting at the end of day 9. Day 10, the Berserker would still love to see Lancers appear because it's his only group that he likes essentially. So let me hide 4 times. Done. And that'll be, he'll only do that for a day. I think that's a little bit dicey. The elf is going to move. So let me do the elf here. So the elf moves out. He's going to use his extra hide phase. He's going to hide again and rest twice to make sure that he's full on up for fighting these guys. The magician's going to move into the space with the altar, so he's going to go move, hide, move, altar, pretty much. And he is going to be done. And we'll hope, indeed, that all gets done properly. And we really hope that this roll is something sort of stupid. Serpents and demons, I think, is bad for us again because this is a shit show. This style. So, yay! It is a Berserker, Black Knight, Elf, and the Magician. Berserker's doing nothing. So the Berserker hides 4 times. Fails? All of them, no. And no one appears because we're at the large campfire, not the small campfire. So no one happens upon the campfire, which is too bad. The Black Knight is resting again. That's day 10, but I think we made the bad assumption that he's resting. He is resting. So we're gonna pull our fatigue move in. We're gonna pull. We're gonna pull the fight down if we can. Do I actually have that somewhere? No. Okay. I do actually need a quick rules check, strangely enough. It's been a long time since I've needed a big old rules check, but rest on page 117. Holy crap. How the hell do you... I mean, that's okay, right? 117. The rest activity. He can place 1 drop chit or a wounded chit back into play. He can fatigue a 2 droplet chit and make change. He can convert a wounded 1 droplet into fatigue. He can convert a 2 droplet into fatigue and make change by fatiguing a 1 droplet chit. Done. That's what I thought. I think that's what I thought. So I'm going to pull this fight in and fatigue that. So that's the second phase. Third phase. Fourth phase. Theoretically, one more day of resting, and he will be back in business. Does anyone appear at the inn, though? Really would be then the question. And the answer is no. Small campfire only, or the house. The elf goes here, hides, does twice, and then rests twice to bring the fight chits back and move chits back into play. Unfortunately, because of what's going on here, that brings the demon to the altar and really, really hurts the magician's chances to do anything there, right? Because you can't kill that guy. I mean, I suppose you can poison. Let's see. We are moving, hiding, and then moving into the altar. So good luck with that. Move. You don't hide, you're going to really be in for a little bit of a thing. You hid, and you move to the altar. And I think that's done. That's the only thing coming is that guy. And we are done with the day. Unless we're going to fight. Now, the problem is our magician can't cast his spell. So he's got to, there's no killing this guy. It's super dangerous anyway to kill this guy. Theoretically, it's a kill. It's a potential kill if he has the poison on him. He hits, but this guy always hits first. Let's keep this in mind. He just power the flipping pit, and that could be a total disaster. Based on the roll, could kill everybody in the clearing, could kill the native, and so on. And it's going to hit first no matter what. And, so we do have to. I mean, it would be awesome. He does have a move 3. He can run out of the clearing if need be. Okay. That's for tomorrow. Oh. Now, the only other question is, so the only other problem that I have is that I think I forgot to respawn the ghosts on day 7. And that sort of impacts my plans. Well, it impacts my move. Because I think the ghosts were killed on day 5, if I recall. Yes. So they would have respawned on day 7. That's fine. Sorry about all the retro. So I'm going to, so as a magician, I'm going to move into Bad Valley 1. I'm going to rest this chit right here, this guy, right? So that way I can cast poison. I am then going to hide, and then I'm going to move back to the altar. And we'll see how that goes. Keeping in mind that any roll here is likely to draw just a total disaster of dudes. So, man, the Berserk is just not getting the luck. that he needs. That locksmith. Well, but he does end the day in the dwelling anyway, so he is going to draw someone new. Go to the house. So that's cool. The Berserker can get rid of locksmith. He gets fan club at the house. And what that is if he goes to the house, the top numbered rogue who is unhired and becomes your squire, and you get a rogue follower and a VP. Now, the house is where? All the way up there. Total. Okay. That's pointless. So I think I hate to say it because I know the Berserker is sort of anxious to get moving. We're hiding 4 more times, and we're going to turn all these damn quests in and get some new parts of my hand here. So done. That's his move. The elf. Get a little dicey in here, huh? A little dicey. If we flip this tile, we can get to the ledges easier. Good to know. So flipping that tile gets us to the ledges. I'm just looking at the elf's options with regards to enchanting tiles, since he's the one character on the board that can enchant the tiles. Could be useful. Could be useful here too. The deep woods, I think, changes a lot of the secret passages and so on. So I think that's where we'll. I think that's. I don't know that we're going to do that necessarily, but so we've rested to yesterday, right? So we're fully rested, and now I think we are going to use our extra hide, and then hide again, and we're going to rest twice to get our chits back, and then we're going to move into the damn vault, and we're going to kill something again. We might as well. I mean, we're getting points. We're just sorting in there. So he has day 11. He has day 11. He has no day 11, but his day 11 is finishing his rest, and then his day 11 is sitting on his ass. Okay, great. I think we have effectively won. Dragons. Okay, dragons. That looks great. I'm sure there's dragons in here. There is Flutter. Hey, yeesh. Okay. This is best laid plans and all that. That is this game's essentially elf, Black Knight, Berserker, Magician. The elf is hiding twice, resting twice. So we'll pull these chips back. This is a gold. So you pull these 2 chips back. And then we are going to go back to the board here. And we're going to hide. Yep. And we move into there. And we are done. And we pull Flutter 1. And Flutter, pretty sure in this tile, Flutter gets us these guys. Okay. The Black Knight is going to rest. That actually pulls 1, 2, 3, 4 asterisks down. The Black Knight has healed from his battle. It took only several damn days, so you know. The Berserk sits and hides, and let's say that he does, and he does, and we get the company. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. The Black Knight is first, and the Black Knight is at the end. So the Black Knight will draw the company at the end. and the berserker will draw no one at the campfire. So he is done, and nothing happens at the campfire. And then the magician moves out, rests his chit, so he can actually cast poison. Hides once, we hope, because now he has dragons to contend with, and that's going to suck. And he does hide, and then he rolls right back in there. And that is a super dicey battle all of a sudden, simply because there's so many people in there. So many enemies that it just becomes, whereas a surefire battle, effectively, now becomes a little bit of a disaster with that one rogue. That one rogue's not gonna, uh, I mean, the, the one rogue is likely to get his butt kicked, effectively, at some point in time. Now, the magician could take one of those creatures, if not more than one. But he only casts one spell. Now we're hidden. So that is true. So we're hidden. So we can cast poison, hope to remain hidden. That guy gets buffed up and is still hidden. Then he could draw the demon, maybe? The magician would have to go and transform one of the dragons. Um, you still have one. So let's say all that goes off without a hitch. You still have one dragon sort of roaming the battlefield, kicking someone's ass. The transform goes well, let's say. So now you got a squirrel and a dragon. Um, who theoretically would auto kill the swordsman or potentially kill the. So you could. So if the ambush, so if we can ambush with our whatchamacall, right? So let's pull up the magical screen here, and go back to optional rules, right? Ambush is 183. Ambushes. Characters use missile weapons or spells while hidden and possibly retain hidden status. When a character is using missile specifies a target, he rolls at the hide table. He remains hidden. If he fails to roll, he becomes unhidden. Once he becomes unhidden, he gets blah blah blah. Okay. This rule also applies to a hidden character when he casts a spell on a single individual, including himself. He rolls, and then if he attacks multiple targets, he's unhidden. So we could cast poison and then have to roll. We could cast. Now, the problem is if you become unhidden, as soon as you become unhidden, I think this thing becomes a shit show. Your action was to cast a spell. You can't run that turn. Um, and since now no one's on your sheet, so that's okay. So no one's on your sheet. Everybody's deployed already. When you cast a spell target as your action, that's after deployment, I believe, and after luring. So I think it's okay. I think you could cast a spell and then become unhidden and not then be subject to instant attack by everyone. I haven't done ambushes with spells. Um, so I will need to quickly look at the combat chart effectively. So a round of combat, resolving combat, page 81. Let's do that real quick. And just all I need to look at, I don't need to know how to resolve combat per se. I just need to know the order of operations very specifically. So luring, random assignment, deployment, and then actions. So the monsters have already been assigned to sheaths. Then you cast your spell. And then when your spell is cast, you have to pick a target. When you pick a target, then you can become unhidden, but then no one's on your sheet. So you do get one round of sort of joy there, a little bit that you can use. Um, so you could cast poison as a for instance and be hidden or unhidden, or you could cast transform for instance and potentially be hidden or unhidden. If you get unhidden, next round you might have to run. If you can get both spells off, transform and then you might be able to be okay because you could. Oh God, this is a terrible fight. This is not a good fight. I think. I think it is prudent to not. So let's see how this would go. If we let's think about it real quick. Let's say we cast poison first to get that out of the way, and then you roll and you are hidden. So you have poison. Now your dude is good to go, and he's still hidden, and you're still hidden. Your native never gets a free attack, whereas you sort of do when you're hidden. Your native never does. So nothing gets targeted that first round. That first round's a wash. Second round, everything goes down. You're going to transform one of the creatures, one of the dragons, probably. Think. Or do you transform the demon, hoping to avoid the power of the pit? So you transform the demon, you avoid the power of the pit, your hireling lures one or both of these one of these guys. You can only lure one guy. The other guy is randomly assigned to you or it based on whether you become unhidden, of course. Um, at that point, your guy is doing uh, uh, your guy is doing enough damage to kill one of these dudes because you can kill a heavy armored character with your poisoned rogue swordsman. But your rogue swordsman to kill anyone has to play on this side. The problem with that is the other dragon who isn't going to be killed, is going to hit you and kill you. So that's the problem there. You almost have to take one of those dragons onto your sheet and hope for the best. So you have a 1/3 chance of being killed off the bat. And if you kill one of these dragons, because the poison, which you can, but it's not a guarantee, um, then you can take the other dragon off your hands, and you can hope to kill the squirrel or frog or whatever. That assumes the transform roll comes up good. I know I'm rambling at this point. It's past midnight. I am rambling. I am not going to fight tonight as the magician. I'm going to let that all go and quietly slink off into the night. So, but it is after midnight. So we've done 11 days. Not great, but not terrible. Currently, the Berserker has not scored, and he has 6 notoriety. He's literally doing the worst of all the world here. But it is the end of the day, so I am going to give him. I am going to give him the chance to swipe his card, so he's going to do that, and he gets pub crawl, which is visit all the garrisons, and bridge magic, which is to cross 3 bridges. So that's a little wacky. So he still has survivor because I figured, well, pub crawl. So that's his. Oops, and then not. He still has survivor. I got rid of envoy and did bridge magic. So he has to cross 3 bridges. Bridge magic. Does that even make any sense where he. I mean, it sort of does. If you can get here, man, that's 2 bridges right there. And then there's a third right there. So that's an easy one. He could be able to score there. And that gives a nice reward too. So I think though that I am going to at the beginning of day 12. So we are at the start of, so let me increase the size of the font. Starting, we are oh God. I do sort of hate how this all goes when you do a typey thing. And I don't know why I'm copying everything on a clipboard of day 12. So we'll just put that out there. So it's the start of day 12. We have the Berserker sort of, I think, bringing up the rear. Black Knight hasn't scored. He scored 1 victory point and has 24 notoriety, so he's doing well. The Elf hasn't scored yet a point, but he has 10 notoriety, so he's at least on the board. And we've scored. The Magician has scored and has 34 notoriety. The Magician is probably right now, in the lead a little bit with that poison rogue strategy. He has been doing pretty good. Now, having said that, the rogues are, you only have a few more days to make hay with these rogues, and you're almost out of that. So it'd be nice to find something, but I don't think the altar's it. I think the altar is a dead end. I think, maybe the lair. So, all right. I will be back maybe tomorrow. I'm going to continue this. These games last a month. I don't mean real time, but it could be at this rate. So we're going to pack up our cards here, which is what I'm doing. So here's the Black Knight, by the way. He looks pretty awesome, I think. The elf. The elf has a little sideways card there. Looks very somber. He's somber because he's losing. And then I already showed you the magical trinket. We got those are all good to go. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed sort of putzing around Magic Realm with me. I certainly did enjoy it. I love this game. I play it as often as I can with many different folks. I'm not the best at it. I probably got a lot of shit wrong for certain. Um, but let me just save all the little files I'm using to keep track of our guys' quests, which you see down at the bottom there. But it's a great time. I do like these sort of four character face-offs because they do sort of tend to make the map interesting quicker, as opposed to playing a solo game, which you got through a lot of days. But there'd be a lot of repetitive days, not as much combat for sure. I do think this is sort of a little bit of the way to play, even though you're sort of doing that whole "oh, I'm handling four guys" thing, and it's a little cheesy, but I used to play lots of board games both sides as a only child growing up. So it's the same thing except I'm 50. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably try to download this video and maybe upload it somewhere just to keep record of this tournament here that I'm running over the course of the next few days. So thank you guys, appreciate it, and I will talk to you maybe tomorrow, and if not, very soon.